Does everyone know what time it is? Yeah! That's right. It's time for a...
Today, on a very special episode of Dallas Beertalk on DallasOnAir.com, Christy's brought in two of her friends, Amber and Kaylin, and we also have Chanel from Whole Foods. Today's sponsor is rattlesnakes. Is that a cute baby hiding in that bush over there? Ouch! Fuck! No! Rattlesnakes. Fuck you, rattlesnakes!
Welcome, guys. Welcome. The man with the master plan, Ziggy, behind the veil just said, we have a lot of special guests on the show.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Victor Santana. I have Drew, Beer Guru, PC Master Race Kirsty, her wife to the far right, Caitlin, or was it DJ Mouse?
DJ Mouse.
DJ Mouse.
Yeah.
DJ Mouse.
Amber next to her. I forgot her name 1,000 times, but the same name as my sister. I don't know how I did it. And then a great friend to the show, Chanel.
The real beer guru.
The real beer guru. You know, showing me a lot, taught me a lot. You know, over there on McKinney Avenue. So welcome, guys. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So we're just gonna drink beers and talk shit. That's me. Mostly I'll talk shit. Mostly I'll be doing the shit talking.
That's what I was looking forward to.
So Chanel, tell us a little bit about what goes down at a typical day for you at Whole Foods.
Oh God, it is a madhouse.
Madhouse?
So I am not only the beer guru, I also run the wine department. So yes, and we are breaking records and taking names. So I am one of the top rated sales breaking in the region.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we are doing really, really well. Thank you. I've worked my butt off to take that. So my day today was lots of people coming at me with lots of different requests and just putting in a crap ton of orders and then making sure all of those were done correctly and then getting the fuck out of there so I can get some beer.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how we met is randomly you talking shit to me.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I was like, what the hell are you buying so much Steel Radler for?
You know, and then you quickly educated me that Radler is not
a brand. No.
It's a style of beer. So learned that quickly.
Yeah.
But what do you do for Whole Foods and how do you got them growing in the craft beer industry? I know you had an event a few weeks ago that I went to and supported. Everybody seemed to love it. It was beer and pairing, but you do something every Thursday?
We do. It changes every once in a while. Generally, I try and do it every Thursday. We have pint nights or special tappings. So right now, we should have Raw & Sons up there. We were going to have their Oktoberfest. Holy crap, I can't believe people are already coming out with Oktoberfests.
Super early.
Yes, it is. But luckily, TABC said, hold your horses. You cannot bring out Oktoberfest yet.
Really? They have that power?
Yes, they do. They
Wow,
actually
I didn't know
said
that.
we had to sell through their summer wheat before they could release their Oktoberfest. So while Andrews is holding on to the Oktoberfest, I was not allowed to bring it in yet. So Raw & Sons is sitting at my bar right now what time is it? They're not there yet. They will be there tonight doing a pint night, and which I collaborate with my on sales packages, and they do demos with their, pints and sell IPAs and all that good stuff, and we just pump out the product along with the bar. I'm the weird in between to where I have the bar and the packaging. So people, it's the best way to adult. You get to walk around with your beer in hand and go buy a 6-pack and go and get your groceries.
That's,
Like,
That's always a dangerous combination.
no,
They
it
make
really
some
is.
beers.
Absolutely. It makes adulting so much easier. So
wait, so is that like walking down the aisles with the pint in hand,
absolutely,
pushing the cart?
you
Like,
absolutely can.
That looks good.
And then you can finish said pint and go and get another one and go and sit down at the bar and have dinner and get another one and go in about your business. It is the wildest concept in the world, and it makes it so much easier.
No,
So,
I think
dream
it's
job.
really cool that Whole Foods is doing this. Did they just start bringing in the bar, or has it been there this
no.
whole time?
Well, I think
No, bitch. Oh, wow.
so. I don't know how long I've been with Whole Foods for about 4 years now. So Highland Village is where I started at, which is out towards Louisville, and Louisville is one of the locations that's kind of a weird anomaly. They have weird licensing to where the spirits, the bar actually has to have different licensing from on site, so you can't walk around that location. You actually have to sit at the bar and have your drink, so you can't adult there. Yeah, it sucks. And the only other bar that's like that with Whole Foods is the Richardson location, which is a new one. You can't. Yeah.
Represent?
Is that?
It's close to where he's at
I
now.
was about to say you got some weird affiliation.
Yo, that Richardson gang.
That Richardson holding it close.
That's my hood.
That's my hood.
Right now,
The hardest streets of Richardson.
But you can't walk around those locations. You have to actually have the beer and wine like in their bar because they have weird licensing there.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. But otherwise, you can walk around with all your jazz. So I forget what the whole point of all that was, but inevitably.
They started doing the bars.
Yes, so supposedly you can the entirety of everything. So
That is our show's tagline. I forgot what the point
I
was.
forgot what the point is. Yes.
What were we talking about?
Plano has been open. I know it's one of the longest Whole Foods here in the area, and they've been open for over 10 years. And supposedly they've had. Actually, I take that back. They don't even have a bar. So look at me talking out of my ass. So yeah, a lot of them do, and yes, they all try to cater to that because it is nothing but just genius to get somebody
yeah.
drunk and have them grocery shop.
Think about how much
You know?
more you're going to sell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. That's why I said it's dangerous. I go get a beer, have two, and they get a little nice. Now I'm gonna go start shopping, and he's like, you know what? I realize how broke I am, but I'm still gonna get me another beer. Keep adding more shit to my cart.
Until I forget that I'm broke.
Yeah.
Then ball out.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
some shopping under the influence kind of
Like
thing.
we talk on that influence. I
That's
like
right.
it. Well, you remember those growlers I had last week?
Yeah.
Whole Foods. That's
Whole
not even
Foods, that's what we do too. That's another great thing. If I don't have it in package, then I can send you up to the bar and you can fill up a growler and take it home.
Oh,
Very
sweet.
nice. Very
Okay.
nice.
That's a great selling
So
point.
lots of seasonal things that aren't either they go through package really quickly and I won't be able to get it back in and I still have it on tap, like that Alpha High from Coop. Thank you very much.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Co-op.
Cope.
Yeah.
Isn't that what he was calling it all last week? Cope. Cope. It is OO. It is Coop. That is the English language. I know it's very complicated.
It is. I'm also
Yeah.
Puerto
It is
Rican.
Coop.
It makes it tough because we play so many video games. We're like, is it co-op?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But it is Coop.
No coke.
No code.
And that Alpha Hive that you fell in love with was a seasonal that I ran through really fast and packaged, so I was able to snag that half
that
a
was really
barrel.
good.
That was delicious.
Yeah, and so that was something that is only in keg now, so you won't be able to get that until next spring.
Super excited. We'll have to get some more. But yeah, I was very surprised. Kirsty even liked it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'm learning more about
Those West
Oh,
Coast IPAs.
way better
Just
than
need to know
that
how to
Texas
balance it,
IPA.
apparently.
Oh yes. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a lot of empty glasses around. Are
Oh
we ready
yeah,
for
yeah,
our
yes.
first
I have
beer?
plenty to show you. Okay, so I brought in. This is a local. This is from Community. This is a really okay. So I should probably start off too that I am a sour fiend. Whenever I started off in this industry, I did not like beers. I actually really hated them.
Hold on a second. Lucy Goosey is the name of the beer from the community. He's gonna.
No, this is Silly
Silly Goose.
Goza.
Silly Goose.
Maybe you should let me talk about the beer.
I don't
sir.
know. He was looking at me. I was trapped in the elevator. All right. I'm nervous.
So this is Silly Goza. It's an apricot. It's apricot and tangerine. So the Goza was traditionally a German style wheat beer that was made with salt. So gozas and sours are traditionally the same style of beer. Although sours will be made with less salt, while gozas are very salt heavy. So I brought this one along not only because it is, well, for one, because it was given to me. And I'm a broke girl right now, so yay for free.
Heck yeah.
But two, because community treats me really well. Yay, Nikki, I love you. You're an amazing rep.
We were talking to community, and they fell apart, and they never came on the show. So where you at, community?
Well, I can help with that. Maybe we can hook that up again.
Yeah.
But Silly Goza, this is a really light introductory. If you've never had a sour, this is a really good one to start with. So
Perfect. This will be perfect. Yeah, because Amber over here, she has not had many beers. She's from Oklahoma, so
You're from Oklahoma.
Yeah, we're just now getting beer in our grocery stores.
yes, you
Yeah,
are.
so we're so excited about
Alcohol
it.
sale. Did everyone get one?
I can't drink a whole.
No, me neither.
We're trying to get DJ Mouse drunk today.
Oh, yay. So the really poor thing about sours, and something that I hate about them because I love them so much, is that they generally have really low ABVs. They just have such...
is that for this one too? Is that the warning?
I think this one is like it's below...
Oh, it's 5%.
Yeah.
5%.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're looking at a girl that likes Belgian tripels that have like
9.
9.
Yeah.
So... But it's gonna have a really nice floral scent to it with like a salty back. But it's really approachable. No?
Oh my God.
Not your
It
style?
smells like the salt. It tastes like the salty lady.
Does it?
I like salty lady.
A
It
little
is.
bit less intense as
Yeah,
salty lady.
absolutely.
I feel like I get a little of the sour notes, and then the saltiness kind of comes afterwards.
I like it. It's like I licked a beer pretzel.
There you go.
See, are you talking to a guy who orders pretzels with no salt? Who gets tequila with no salt?
No margaritas.
Really?
Yeah.
I used
No
to not
salt
like.
with tequila. You're ruining a good liquor. With
I
it.
agree.
I don't
I
like
used
salt
to-
with tequila either.
I love
No.
salt with
But-
tequila.
I used to not be into it, but now I'm down
Because
with
he's
it.
Mexican now.
Yeah, my wife
Oh, now you
has
want-
showed me the light. She's shown me the way.
He's married to a Mexican. By association, he's Mexican. He's also very fluent in Spanish, so.
Sometimes when I need to be.
But you know, for a sour, this is probably my favorite sour. I could possibly drink a whole can of this.
Oh, that's right. You don't like True Love. True Love is probably my sour. I like.
I don't like sours.
See,
at
and
all.
that's interesting because for you not to like Martin House, but you like True Love.
I fell in love. No pun intended.
He, but he likes to hate on stuff, but he does like Martin House.
Yeah.
Off the record, he's like, this was good.
No, I tell you this. I do have a tendency to go into something extremely hard. Either I really like it and ignore all the bad things, or really hate something and ignore all the good things. Because there's sort of like, I like the Friday IPA at Martin House. I like the True Love. I like. That's about it. After all I did.
That's all I got.
Everything else is really
Yeah, get out of here with that. But no, this is not, I honestly, after you drink it more, like, something like you could adjust it to. Like I guess I was exaggerating with the salt.
Yeah, with the salty lady, I mean, that is in the name. That is nothing but salt.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is-
I think I had it our second week
This is
here.
much more mellow.
It
Yeah,
was
you had it
pretty
whenever I
early.
wasn't here, I think, right?
Yeah,
So I was in Seattle?
That's right.
Yeah.
You didn't have to
Oh,
suffer
man.
through.
See, it was good. I like Salty Lady.
What about you guys? What do you guys think about it down there?
Are
It's
you
your first one.
Are you supposed to taste the fruit?
I think that it's definitely subtle compared to. So, I'm trying to develop my palate, and with that, I'm like, where the hell's the fruit? I definitely get that. I'm like, what? Where are you getting these notes
I mean,
from?
it's already like a kind of a weird combination of fruit.
Absolutely.
Tangerine and apricot, right?
Absolutely, and I
close
get where
cousins.
you're kind of like, where is that?
I feel like maybe if I kept drinking it, I would eventually get
Sure,
there. But
sure.
the first thing, it's just salt.
Yeah, that's
At
the
the
same thing.
beginning,
I was
yeah.
like, it's a lot of salt.
What's
But
interesting from my take on it as well is that I get to see these beers in multiple variations. I got to try this beer on its first batch. This is its third batch now. And its first batch tasted completely different from this. You could really taste the apricot and tangerine, and it was very tart and it was very fruity. And then to have it mellow out and be more salty like this, and they really listened to their consumers, and their consumers were like, what the hell, you have to calm down. And
I think I would like the tartness to it.
they adjusted their recipe according to what their consumers were saying.
How quickly
and
do they do that? Like the turnaround? for
very
recipes?
quickly, very, very quickly, because they have, they have their tap rooms and they have their reps that are out on the floors and they have their sales reps. And not only that, you also have the situations, and I remember y'all talking last week where you're just like, oh, we don't understand, the hops variations of, the
Dry hopping and stuff.
what-
Exactly. They have situations where I remember, if I remember right, and pardon me, Nikki, if I'm saying something wrong, but I think some of their first batch even went bad. It went ill. So they had to pull some of their first batch because it was turning. So Martin House had some of the same situation. Their gozas were tasting like soy sauce.
Oh.
Yeah, it just goes so sour, it just tastes like soy sauce. And so I don't think that they were having the same situation, but they were having some of the similar situation. It was just going so extreme that it was too much. So they had to pull it and adjust it. And so you have to pay attention to those situations whenever it comes to beer, because it's a live culture almost. You don't know what it's going to do under any kind, especially in Texas. Like,
All that heat.
yeah, you don't know what it's going in and out of heat and in and out of refrigeration. You don't know what people are doing with stuff. So you just have to take all that into account and just go with it.
Very
I
interesting.
think that's why I find beer so fascinating. Now I've gone into craft beer, is everything involved in it. And then I guess because it is more local than if I go buy liquor, I'm sure it's amazing how they make liquor, but I don't get to sit down and talk with them and see everything that affects
Not yet.
it. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
MVP vodka.
We're gonna make that happen more consistently.
Let's get Devil's River Bourbon on the show. That's the one that I want.
See what I can do for
I
you.
learned the difference between bourbon and whiskey.
What's the difference?
The only is where it's brewed.
Really?
Yeah, bourbon's American-made whiskey, and then whiskey itself is Scottish.
Well, specifically Kentucky. Bourbon is specifically
Kentucky bourbon,
Kentucky,
whiskey.
and then Scotch is specifically whiskey that's brewed in Scotland.
So you can only get bourbon from Kentucky, or from
Legally categorized
Yeah.
bourbon has to be brewed in Kentucky, I believe.
Oh wow.
Because I was sitting there and I got because I went to the liquor store because I was in my feelings, so I was drinking.
Feeling?
Yeah, I get emotional. And I don't like talking about it, so I drink. I drink my emotions. So I was at the liquor store and I was hanging out with a bunch of old guys, and they're like, "You like whiskey, man? I love whiskey." So you like bourbon? I was like, "I don't know the difference between bourbon." Just sitting there talking to a bunch of old people about bourbon, and I was paying like $200. Paying a few bottles of bourbon.
That's a lot of
They
feelings,
secretly
dude.
work there.
No, they were like, "You like whiskey?" And they just came from an event in Kentucky about whiskey. So yeah. That's all the
Whiskey or
difference.
bourbon?
But it's the same thing. It's virtually the same thing. It's just where it's
Just
brewed.
$200 difference?
No, I got 4 different bottles.
Oh,
It was
okay.
popping off.
Yeah.
Yeah, balling.
Duly noted.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
rich like that. See,
Gotcha.
I paid for the studio.
It's part of his flat. It extends over into there. This is the
Duly
playroom.
Duly noted.
He's got to work on the elevators, though. They're kind of broken.
I'm broke. I paid for this.
Jeez, you didn't do very well, dude.
No, that was a terrible first impression. We're making a joke about how Victor and Chanel got stuck in the elevator.
It was really scary, yo.
So-
It was very scary.
Those elevators, they go really, really fast. So when we're on the 9th floor, so
Shout
coming
out
from
to
it goes
16.
vroom. So I could see you going up and down in those. How you'd be like, oh god, my life.
Well, we got.
And we had just gone on that adventure, like on a couple block walk, and we
Yeah.
were sweating and already like trying to get up here as fast as we could. And no, we were not having it. And when he's trying not to freak out, I can see it. And he's like, we know each other, but we don't know each other like that. And he's like woosahing it, like trying not to freak out.
Well, I wanted to like say some words. And
If this is the last time,
Well, so I texted Victor to say, we got about 10 minutes. How you doing?
where you at?
Are you like on the other side of the city? And then he immediately calls me. I'm like, oh, great. And he says, we're stuck in the elevator. No, you're not. What are you talking about? That's not a funny bit.
Yes, sir,
No,
we are.
we're stuck in the elevator. Do something.
What?
Okay, we'll start without you. Like, what are you gonna do? I can't fix an elevator.
I was there ringing the bell, like, so we.
Oh, is that what he said? He had the
Did
bell
you
ringing.
hear it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was walking past getting beer out of the fridge, and I kept hearing this bell ringing. And I thought, oh, it must be from the elevator they were working on earlier.
No, it's this playing.
After having a
It's
panic
this playing.
attack.
No.
Help! And my reaction, because he tells me that, he goes, do you not hear the bell ringing? And oh, that's you. I was just about to tell him, like, we're about to record. You need to stop ringing the bell. That's going to mess up the sound quality.
Yeah, that's me panicking. I was like, I wanted to curse. I wanted to yell. I wanted to kick things. And I was like,
Give it another 3 to 5 minutes, and I would have been right there with you.
Guys should have enjoyed a beer and just chilled out.
Oh yes, at least we had those in there with
know.
us.
Yeah,
Yes, I would have started
God
breaking them
bless.
open.
But no, if we were just stuck, I probably wouldn't have freaked out. But we kept moving.
Yes, we. Oh, that's what was scaring me.
Like
Yeah.
we started at the 9th, and then I hit the 10th. Then went up to the 10th, and then it went down to the 1st. And then we
Once
went
it
to the
shot up
16th.
to 16, that's whenever I started freaking out.
It just kept going.
You go up,
Yeah.
And then we went back down. Then we came back up.
That's that new Six Flags ride. Y'all didn't hear about that?
All I was saying is, please just open. Just open. That's
don't
all
care
I
what
want.
floor
Just
it is.
open.
I
Yes.
was like, I'm hitting the bell. I'm hitting open the door.
See, and I would have still been scared because I've seen like Final Destination where it opens
Exactly.
and
We've
you're
all
like,
seen that, honey.
How do you think
Yes.
I'm good? Nope. You probably get split in half.
What was that one M. Night Shyamalan movie where they're in the elevator?
Devil.
Devil. That's a
Oh, I haven't
That's
seen
a
that.
good-
I haven't seen that one. Thank God. I would have been freaking out.
pretty good movie.
It's good movies.
That was the only good movie he did.
The only good
Only
movie
good.
he
I
did.
don't know
We
about
are not
that.
even getting on that conversation.
I have problems both with the statement that's the only good movie he did and that Devil was a good movie.
I agree. I
Devil was a
completely
good
agree.
movie, and then what? Sixth Sense was good for one time.
What
First
was
time
that all
around.
about?
Huh?
Just like
It was a
an
dead boy.
elevator.
Yeah,
Oh,
there-
the devil.
No, it is literally a movie where 5 people are stuck in an elevator and one of them is a demon from hell.
But you don't
And
know which one.
Well, you can guess pretty quickly who it is. I mean,
No spoilers here, but
it was the old
The-
white lady. And maybe
Thanks. Now I don't have to go watch it.
If you haven't seen Devil, don't see Devil.
But the same thing about Sixth Sense. We got the twist at the end. Like once you see it once, like you have to watch it again.
Well, you watch
Oh.
it again to look for the clues.
yeah.
Yeah.
At least the
then-
second time around.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like the
only-
village
the only
too.
good one he
That
did
movie
was
Village was-
Unbreakable.
Pretty bad.
Unbreakable was probably the only good one he did.
We don't even want to get on this M. Night Shyamalan debate. Really?
You
don't
like
like
what other
Unbreakable?
movie he did was good?
The
I've
Lady
seen
in
it.
the Water?
That movie was horrible.
That was so good. I love that
This is the
movie.
one we all agree. Oh, wait, you liked it?
I loved it.
I'm glad we all
love how
agree
she's
that was
like,
awful.
oh wait, you liked it? I'm a super like fantasy lover though, so
No, you've fallen into the trap that, to be fair, a lot of white people fall into, myself included.
All right.
That, like, if Paul Giamatti's in something, it has to be good. No.
no, I hate
that is not the
Sideways.
case.
I'm a wine connoisseur and I hate Sideways, so I am not a white person that loves all Paul Giamatti. Believe me.
Who's Paul Giamatti again?
God, I'm trying to think. It
I
was
just know him from Big Fat Liar. With
Oh yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Now that is a good movie.
That is a good movie.
so in that Shyamalan, he did Signs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good movie. I like
That movie's
Signs.
horrible. Stop
I like
it.
Signs.
Stop it. That one.
I saw it when I was younger. and I
The
was kinda
Village
freaked
was
out.
pretty good.
That was
Yeah.
oh my god.
No, I liked the village.
I like The Village. That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
they're in a park. They're in a park.
They're in a park.
Get the fuck
We're
outta
just gonna
here.
ruin all M. Night Shyamalan. We should put a warning on this episode.
Hold on, wait,
Preface
hold on.
all
You
M.
gotta
Night
say, hold
Shyamalan.
There's some problems with The Village, but I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. I like The Village.
Wait. I
Agreed.
think Drew knows me the best
Agreed.
when it comes to why I hate things. The ending tells me how I feel about the movie.
He didn't like Stranger Things.
No.
What?
Based off the
We
ending.
can't take any of
Whose phone
your
is that?
He's not credible up this point.
Not credible at all.
No.
Is going off right
Oh,
now.
is it?
Oh, wow.
I don't think I have.
Phone is
No.
on the couch, so-
It was me.
No,
and it is a
wasn't
scam.
me.
It was a scam.
We're all like putting our phones
My phone, it says
Is it like a
scam
prince from
likely
Uganda?
is what it comes in as.
Those damn
It's
Androids.
likely a
The Village is a
scam.
scam.
So I think the worst. We can go around the table and see who thinks what about it. But I think the worst in that Shyamalan movie that I've seen is The Happening.
Yes. Thank you. I was
Oh,
waiting for
absolutely.
Yeah,
The
I
plants
like
turning
that.
on us. Absolutely.
I like that happening.
Them is
You
fighting
like,
words.
okay, you know what?
Hated that movie.
Where the plants
You
are
know
making
what?
sounds
I'm
and
not
like-
listening to anything else you have to say.
Listen,
Anything
how you
else
gonna
you
like
have
not
to
like
say.
the happening, but you like the village?
terrible.
The village. They're
Are
in
you
modern.
serious?
Wait, let me explain. Let me explain. So people don't like the happening because they're like sports get everywhere. So the car scene was stupid. Like it's like
Well,
it makes
yeah.
no sense. But then the village they give it away like, oh, it's cool. They're in a park. The planes flying by, helicopters, sirens. This is gonna ignore all that for the village.
So this is my thing about the Happening. The Happening is legitimately like one of the greatest bad movies of the last 10.
It's true.
Listening to Mark Wahlberg try and be a science teacher
About the bees.
has brought me so much joy.
That's true.
That's why I enjoyed it so much. I loved it. Every
I
bit
think
of it.
John Leguizamo is the best in that one, though. He makes that movie.
He's the math teacher who's there in the car and he's like trying to calm the teenager down. He's like, no, I know what'll calm you down. Math puzzles. Trying to figure out this number for
You know what
me.
movie I hate? What's the Fog? I hate that movie.
The Mist.
Stephen
The Mist.
I don't think
I
I've ever
like
watched
that
that one. It
one.
would make me nauseous every time I've tried to watch it.
Today's show is brought to you by the sci-fi remake of the movie The Mist, appearing on the Sci-Fi Channel starting in August.
We could get M. Night Shyamalan to sponsor us for this episode.
Definitely. There's a lot of hate on that.
But The Mist, they're turning into a whole TV show.
Oh
Or they
no!
did do it. It was
Is
a
it going to be like the
miniseries.
shaky camera thing?
Yeah, no, it's on the
Isn't that what the
Sci-Fi
original
Channel
Mist
coming out in August.
He was so serious about that, guys.
You should have read the show notes that I sent you earlier.
God damn it, I didn't read again. That's interesting. Me, I like, you said what we hate about
Yeah, I
which
was
one
gonna
we
say
hate?
we can all hate on. So
I hate The
Happening.
Village.
The Village.
The Village. What about you?
Well, obviously not the village. The Happening.
The Happening.
That
Happening.
one is horrible. Are you kidding me?
It's so bad it's good.
What do you guys think? What are y'all's least favorite M. Night Shyamalan movies?
I guess I haven't seen a whole lot, but I
Say all of them.
Have you seen The Happening?
no.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it happening either.
Oh, you guys should.
Wasn't there a lot of hate on the grandparent one?
What's the great?
Oh,
Oh, that's
Visit?
a rather recent one.
It's actually pretty decent.
I like that one.
The
so
Visit.
it's
Not the
funny.
Visit. What was it called?
Was
Maybe
it The
The Visit.
Visit? That kind of
think
sounds
maybe.
right.
It does
Yeah.
kind of sound right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I saw it. I saw that bad boy in theaters, and it was.
I think people thought it was going to be too serious. Like to me, it
It's
was
M. Night
kind of like,
Shyamalan.
His twist was good in that one.
Shyamalan. You
Yeah,
can't
I mean,
like
you can guess the
take that
twist.
too
I mean,
serious.
anytime you
It took
see
me
an
a
M. Night
while
movie now,
to guess.
you know there's a trick to it, so you look for it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
So-
Signs was a bad movie. Village is a bad
Signs
movie.
is a horrible
Guys,
movie. Like
guys.
the water.
We'll just never agree.
The Last Airbender.
Oh my god, that's it.
Was that M. Night Shyamalan?
Yes, he did.
I've
direct
never
that.
seen
the most
that.
racist movie of all time.
I've never
the
seen
most
that.
racist modern day movie of all time.
Is it more?
What's the plot?
Is it more racist than Friends?
What?
It's about Asian countries and they have nobody Asian in that movie.
Yeah, no.
like
Have you,
Oh,
seen,
really?
have you seen the movie where Tom Hanks plays a black person? It's called Cloud Atlas.
Not seen that.
You ever seen Cloud Atlas?
Play like The Last Samurai.
Oh yeah,
That's Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
That's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Again, amazing bad movie.
What? The Last Samurai was amazing. That was a great movie.
I enjoyed it, but I do see
got it on Blu-ray.
how they kind of had the
Little racist.
white guy come out to be
Little racist.
the
I
last
think the
samurai.
politically correct term is problematic. I think
That is
a little
funny.
problematic on that movie. I mean, another white guy saving the world.
The Great Wall with Matt Damon in it, where
Nobody
it
saw
was
it.
like finally
Nobody
one
saw
white
it.
man came to this country and saved them all.
Don't
Like,
spoil
I
it
was
to me
like,
because
that
I
was
haven't
a
seen it
little-
yet, and I'm
Well,
excited to
Keanu
see
Reeves,
it.
Keanu Reeves in that samurai movie where he was the Ronin.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, 47 Ronin.
47 Ronin.
Oh,
Rough.
Something
that
about
did not
Keanu.
get much anything.
No.
But I
Okay,
still
let's get
like
back to the
him.
beers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we went on a movie
I know we have a decent
tangent,
amount. I
huh?
say we should we bust out? I know Kirsty brought some Samuel Smith.
Well, we're gonna save
Yeah.
that for the last. And we're gonna
Are we?
Sour.
Okay. So I brought in a higher ABV sour.
Ooh.
So how high
Yeah,
is
Sour
this one?
Monkey. What is the
Drift it
ABV
down.
on this one? 9.5. Yay, we are doing it right.
Sour Monkey by Victory.
Sour Monkey by Victory.
Yeah, that word.
That word.
Here, you can.
We won't pour as much maybe this time.
So this is a sour that is the base, or the base of it is Golden Monkey, and they soured it.
Oh, yeah.
Less, and is it what, more filtered now? Because I know the regular Golden Monkey's a little bit more cloudier.
No, I mean, I don't think it's any more filtered than, they just soured it.
Smells sour.
It does smell sour. Go ahead, honey.
You know how like before you start to eat something sour and your mouth just starts watering? That's exactly
That's
what's
why I
happening.
love sours. I think that genuinely is why I love sours.
I like sour candy. I haven't found my love for sour beer yet.
It
Oh, I
upsets
hope you
my
like this one.
stomach
Did you
too
just
quick.
mix that with the apricot?
I drank it all first.
It's got a two like.
Oh, this is actually really good.
I like that one better.
This is really good. Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. So this is going to be, it doesn't have any, so the Golden Monkey is a Tripel, and they just soured this one. So the Tripel is, what's the word? It's a golden. It's going to be, like I said, guys, I did not prepare for this at all.
Anyway, that is our show.
Yes,
Welcome
that-
to
If he's saying anything, I'd be like, yes.
I deliberately did that.
They don't even know who our sponsors are.
Exactly. Yes. So
We're working on it.
I totally could have like versed up on this, and I was like, "Fuck it." It was. This is.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Woman after my own heart.
This is to
That's the
y'all.
other motto of the show.
So the Golden Monkey is just a Tripel that is just a traditional golden Tripel. It's really traditional. Victory is the shit. They're from
Victory does have some really good stuff.
Very traditional.
They have Storm King Stout's really good.
Yeah, it is really good.
tasty.
They're from, where did you say PA is?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, thank you. And
they?
it was,
They're from Nevada.
no, they're not from Nevada.
I'm full of shit.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
It's
Downington.
Downington.
Oh, Downington, that's a great spot.
Have you been to Pennsylvania?
Beautiful fishing there.
There's nothing good in Pennsylvania.
They have a spot there called Dino's Sub Sandwiches
There's
out there
not-
off of the bay.
nothing good in Pennsylvania.
Okay, sure. We're going with that.
Yeah.
Apparently Victory is good, so.
I mean, they
That's
must.
one good
they must,
thing.
I mean, one thing out of a whole state. You know, I don't recommend that state to anybody. No, I'm just talking shit.
Shitting on everything.
Definitely love it or hate it. It's like one bad experience, hate the entire state.
Well, I don't like.
Moving on.
Don't like Pennsylvania. I don't like Philadelphia, bro. A city of brotherly love. But anyway, this beer is good though.
Well, I will say that a lot of sours are summer seasonal, and this is not. This is a year-round seasonal from Victory. And it's a 9.5, which is a go-to for me.
That's right.
'cause
I try
like
to,
I said, low ABV for sours. So
So I don't know how it goes for you when you go to like World of Beer, a spot like that, to go drink, right? I look at the higher ABV for the least amount of money and the style that I like.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, give me one of those.
yes, please.
Yeah.
Sound like a
And
bitch.
this is one of those.
Trying to get drunk, bro.
Yup.
On a budget.
Yup.
Balling on a budget. That's
Balling
the
on a
definition.
budget.
Excuse me, garçon, but I don't see Boone's Farm on your wine list.
Yup, Mad Dog 2020,
I'll have an
please.
MD 2020, please. Over ice. Because I'm
Yes.
big ice cubes.
I like that the beer master has a signature on here.
Right?
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
This is pretty cool. The beer. This is actually the second sour I like. Everybody knows.
Oh,
I
you like
Chiller.
it?
Yeah, I
oh
like
my
it. I like
goodness,
it a lot.
look at that.
You're 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
I gotta
it's really
say, I don't like this one.
You don't like this one? No?
Everyone else really loves it. To
Oh, that's
me,
okay.
Between the
it's
first
a
one or
little
the
too-
second
Join the
one?
I like
haters
the
club.
first
You like the
one
first
more.
one, you don't like this one. What don't you like about it?
It tastes to me like a white wine that's been out too long, turned a little vinegary.
Really? Okay, I can appreciate
kinda
that.
see that,
Yeah,
actually.
I can kind of see that.
I was gonna say kind of cidery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get the
Like a
vinegary
drier cider
aspect on it.
kinda.
See, that's actually why I really love sours, is because it kind of has a vinegary aspect to it. Yeah.
Talking about cider. Shout out to Cider Keg. Cada.
Cider
Cidercade.
Cade
Cade, yeah,
from
thank you.
Bishop.
No, they have a
Cider Cade is from Bishop Cider.
Yeah, but they have an arcade down the street.
Yes, they
in
do.
Inwood.
And it's by Bishop Cider Co.
I know that.
Okay. I'm
Been
just
there.
schooling you.
I've taken pictures there.
Well, I'm taking pictures of it, so that makes me more.
Shut up, Ziggy. Shut up, Ziggy. I don't need your 2 cents right now.
These beers are strong.
No, go ahead. What you gonna say? I'm an idiot. I know.
He's like, nope, I'm out.
no,
No,
don't you leave.
you're good.
I got a phone call. I gotta
He's
go.
heading out.
My boss is calling.
I'm right here.
Oh.
Oh.
No, shh.
He's
So
your
anyways.
boss too.
Everyone's boss.
Well, no. I have one thing people will realize about the show. I am horrible with names and naming things.
Yeah.
I am
So
the worst.
I forget. I don't know. I didn't have the beer, but they tried a Caucasian,
Oh yeah,
and so for the longest time, even to this day,
that's
probably.
from Texas Ale Project.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so Victor likes to call it the Caucasian.
The Caucasian. All right.
So I kept saying-
Caucasian.
He's like, we tried a good one the other day at Social Pie. It was the Caucasian.
Caucasian.
And I was like,
I like white people.
Caucasian.
I like white people.
I was like, Caucasian? He's like, yeah, whatever, that thing. But I keep correcting him. He's like, the Caucasian. So,
yeah.
good old Caucasian.
Good old Caucasian. It's good beer. White Russian. Cat beer.
Those are good
Fuck you
people.
guys.
You, Chanel, what's your favorite style of beer? Do you have a favorite right now?
I am a sour person for a reason.
What else you got? No.
So what I originally was saying is that I got into this industry and I didn't like beer, and so I started over at the Lakewood Whole Foods, and the buyer, her name was Ape, and she said, "Hey, you don't like beer? I only knew cider." And so she said, all right, you don't like cider, or excuse me, you don't like beer, you like cider. Let's start showing you some decent cider. You like those ciders, let's start showing you some sours. I moved from sours to Belgiums, into some other Belgiums, and just started branching out from there.
I can see that.
And I ended up, the first month that I was at Lakewood, I ended up having a tap takeover from Dogfish Head.
Oh, yeah.
And Dogfish Head I actually have an anthropology background. I went to college for anthropology, and Dogfish Head has a ancient ales line that they did. And they had an anthropologist come through and make a whole line of ales that were derived from the oldest recipes in the world that they found from these anthropologist recipes.
Was it like the Midas Touch?
Midas Touch, Jatush Yahoo, which is one of the oldest, and I could be pronouncing that wrong too, which is...
That sounded right to me. I mean, I'm like, that sounded right.
It,
If you said it works.
It is, it's a sake hybrid that they came up with that is from one of the oldest Chinese recipes that they found. But I fell in love with all of them, and I started just branching out from there and finding out that there wasn't just Bud Light, and so
Yep.
it just went on from there, and just figured out that there wasn't just lagers and Bud Light and bitter
Pilsners.
beer face.
So what was the beer that was like your aha moment? You're like, oh, I actually don't hate beer.
The Jatu's Yahoo was that sake hybrid
Wow, that was just
and
like-
I
That sounds
I
fancy.
it's a sake hybrid, and I hate sake. And now that I'm in wine and I have to do wine as well, I order it every day. I think sake tastes like watered down vodka. I hate sake.
I like sake.
It's horrible. I think it
I
tastes
like
horrible.
sake.
I haven't tried
But
like any fancy ones.
That
before.
beer really opened up my eyes to realize that there were so many possibilities, and then to realize that, and then to also Martin House. I know you don't like them, but they come
love
up
'em.
with some crazy hybrids. I mean, they've literally created their own genres of beer. Like an alt, I mean, maybe they didn't come up with this, but the first time I heard of an alt beer was from Martin House. And what the is an alt beer?
Yeah.
Like, they've created their
Oh,
own.
right?
Yeah,
like-
it makes me kind of nervous. I don't know.
It's a beer that posts Pepe the Frog memes.
Right?
Pepe died.
That sounds perfect.
Someone's gonna make that now. That's gonna be a thing.
But it really opened up my eyes to the variations of what different kinds of beers could be. And there's not one specific. And I love people coming into whole, like you thinking that a Radler was just one type of,
Don't hate.
branded kind of thing, and it's not, like I love people coming in from, I had a couple come in from New York yesterday that have a bar up in New York, and they were exposed to Texas craft beer, and it's nothing like what New York craft beer is. Like, Texas genre craft beer is a whole other ballgame. And for me to show them the cup of beer which is the ramen sour that I'm about to show y'all. Is a whole other type of ball game.
And we'll,
you know?
we can go ahead and plug that bar if
All
you
right,
want. If you remember
wanna?
the name.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do it.
No,
so.
No,
Bar in New York.
the bar in New York.
Oh, I don't even remember it. I hate it. I'm
Make
so
up something.
sorry. I'm so sorry that I talked to y'all
It's,
yesterday. If you're listening
It's
today.
Coney Island's favorite. It's a beautiful bar
Stop
out
it.
there.
Yes,
Stop
yes.
it.
No, y'all were a lovely couple, and if you're listening to the show today, I'm so sorry if I forgot your name, but
Don't worry,
yes.
one day they'll see this show.
She was drunk
Yes.
shopping,
Yes.
and it happened. So mistakes were made.
Yes,
Mistakes were
mistakes were made. I didn't write it down. I'm sorry.
No, that's interesting. You
Yeah.
know, people just learning about beer is interesting. You know, what me
It's a
and Kirsty
culture.
is appreciating.
Me too. I'm still learning.
No, whatever, Drew.
I'm not a pro by any means.
Every day.
What I will say, I want to clarify. I do dislike a majority of beers that Martin has.
I do too.
But I've met the guy, and he's one of the nicest guys
Absolutely.
in the world. Really nice guy, really sincere, really passionate about beer. You know, so no disrespect to him and his team whatsoever. I just don't like some of the beers they produce.
I really want to find the Martin House beer that I do like. Because we
They
have
make
Oh,
a
there
shit
will
ton.
be
much.
for
Yeah.
sure. And the thing with Martin House is that they literally will can or bottle everything that they produce. They do so much off the wall stuff that it's just kind of like, all right, well that didn't work. Let's get it out.
Have you tried the Parker County Peach?
Oh yeah,
It was
we
pretty
just
good.
sold it through
See, I haven't tried it yet. I
good.
saw it's one of their new. What's the
6-pack seasonal.
Yeah, it's a peach. I don't know what the style is, but
It's an ale.
just an ale.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
it
that
looks pretty
sounds
interesting.
tempting. I
Yeah.
like peaches.
It's gotten good reviews.
I like ales.
She has a peach beer that she did for her beer and food tasting.
Yeah, what can you tell us a little bit about that? What's
So
it
that
called?
was the peach kolsch, which is a tart peach kolsch. So it would just be, it kind of like this goza, just a lot more tart,
Less salty.
less salty, a lot more tart. Yeah,
Nice.
So it was like their original
yeah,
that you were talking about.
exactly.
Okay.
Well, I want to try this cup of ramen.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I need
So-
everybody passing down their glasses.
This one sounded really interesting to me and all college students out there.
I want her to pour it. She's a pro.
So this one is from the Collective Brewing. We're gonna do this one, and then we'll do the last one that I brought special for y'all.
Then please, guys, don't forget we have Amber on the show as well. She has not said much outside of that she likes some movies and hates some movies. But she also brought some beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I approve of Amber's.
Talk about the
choice.
beers. Amber,
Yeah,
grab it.
those are great beers.
Chocolate stouts.
Yeah. I don't know anything about beer. I'm kind of in the category that you were in, is like identifying as I hate beer, but I actually just like haven't tried.
That's a damn good one to bring up too.
very good.
Okay, good. So you
Yeah,
have had
absolutely.
It's a
All
very
right,
good.
I tried to bring out the wallet
Yeah.
and Google.
Oh,
It's mostly
shit.
Google.
She had me
so-
just describe like tastes that I like, and she's like, "Okay, I'll try it." And like,
I was thoroughly surprised that
catch nothing.
I'm catching.
Kirsty
drink
brought a
it.
stout.
I'll
on
let it
there.
go to waste.
Yeah, I hate stouts.
so I
this
like
is-
creeped the show and found out you hated stouts after. After I was like, "Yeah, that's the type that I think that I." So I was like, "Oh no."
That's like sacrificing.
You're passing glass.
Yes.
Oh.
Pass
down
that
the
glass.
That's the glass.
This is a very classy show.
So I saw you shaking up the bottle.
I was about to ask
I
earlier.
was
about that
doing
too.
that because this is an unfiltered. It probably wasn't the wisest thing to do because it
As
it
shaded the
ended
bubbles.
up causing it to foam up a little bit, but I wanted to get the all of the yeast and like the bottom of the
Tad bit.
fermentation and everything.
Thank you, sir.
But
You can't see through it.
Yeah, that's all the.
no, you can't. Is that everyone?
Think
Yep.
so.
I believe so.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, it
Right
smells
on.
good.
Salud. This
salud.
should be interesting.
Yes.
So it's Collective Brewing, right?
Collective Brewing. This is the cup of beer. It was made with ramen noodles.
Oh.
Supposedly, it really tastes like ramen.
I
I've
smell like the
never-
noodle, kind of like.
Yeah, it smells.
Yeah.
I was really anticipating that it would just taste like the breadiness of the ramen.
I like it.
I like it. It's
Really?
It's
I was-
different than anything I've ever tried.
Yeah, I've
before.
never had anything
So-
like this ever.
Before we had everybody coming on the show, I was gonna bring this. I was gonna go get a growler of this.
Oh wow, that is
It's
good.
really- very tasty. Yeah. but it's
That is not what I was
you got
expecting.
No.
it's got like you can smell the ramen when you go
No?
to like the,
You can.
But it doesn't taste.
You seem very disagreeable.
Let me just point out. Thanks to a cup of beer. Is that what it is?
Yes, cup of beer.
ramen flavor. It reminds me, we have another sponsor on tonight's show. Tonight's show is brought to you by Wet Socks. Wet Socks from the makers of Mystery Liquid.
take it from there, Victor.
On that note, I like Wet Socks. This beer is really good. It's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
So it's
And
got
what's the ABV on this guy?
4.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured it
4.4.
wouldn't be that much. You can't taste much alcohol.
I'll tell you this. For someone who grew up on ramen and constantly sometimes still lives on ramen, this brings me happiness.
So we had Amy and I were sitting on the couch last night watching some TV, and she saw something that somebody posted, but she asked me the question: if you had $20 to feed 6 people, what would you spend your money on to feed 6 people? And I was like, I'm getting a big old package of some ramen noodles and
Hot dogs.
yeah,
Maybe some eggs.
yeah, and eggs. That's what I was saying to mix it
I
in
was
with
gonna
it.
say eggs. You go get like depending on how much the ramen you get the deal on, you get like a $5 roasted chicken from Walmart, like or Kroger.
that was a good
There you
idea.
go.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
You can feed
That's
some
my
people.
childhood right
That's
there.
real feed some people. Some rotisserie chickens. That's a good idea.
Just saying, you could survive off $20.
That is right.
It's a nice little surprise.
Yeah, it's very tasty.
I'm getting
Yeah.
like
This
a little
tastes
bit of
good.
like a lemon type.
Yes.
Yeah.
I almost get like an apple
Something
cider.
in it. Really?
I don't know if you.
So
I
that's
see-
interesting that you say that because the bottle actually says brewed with ramen noodles, lime zest, ginger, lemongrass, and seaweed cured sea salt, crisp, tart, and lightly salted.
I know my lemons and limes.
Hey.
No, that's a surprise. I would never thought if you would have just read that to me like, hey, you want a ramen noodle beer? I'm like,
Hell
I'm
no.
good.
that sounds
I'm a grown
gross.
man.
Yeah.
See,
I can pay my bills.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm the opposite way. If somebody tells me something like really interesting or crazy, I'm like, yeah, let's try that. That sounds cool. I want to try something new. You know?
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
That's a very interesting. Like for me, like I said, my first instinct, like, listen, I'm grown. I pay my bills.
I don't eat ramen no more. I came from ramen. I don't eat that no more.
I don't need that. You know, I'm good. I stepped away from Mad Dog 2020. But no, it's good. It's actually fucking good beer.
Yeah.
It's definitely
So Collective Brewing does some really, really interesting stuff.
They do
Like,
all. Oh well, I take that back. I don't know if they
side
do
note.
all sours, but
Quick
they
side
do
note.
mostly sours.
Yeah.
their logo on here says craft beer or deaf. Just saying, that's pretty
Craft
legit.
beer of death
Or deaf. Or deaf. Listen, I stutter and I have an accent, so
He's from Brooklyn. You
deal with
have
it.
to-
Deal with
He's
it.
from Queens.
So speaking of Brooklyn, the last beer I brought is from New York.
Ooh, should we bust that out?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we get into
Y'all
all the
ready to?
beers.
Yeah, we're trying to. We got enough. Yeah, we have enough.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna have to go get dinner after this.
This guys, this is a very special episode, of course, of Dallas Beer Talk, so it doesn't matter if we go over tonight.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, because we got a lot of beer. So.
So this last
Then we got
one.
more movies to talk about.
Yes.
Ooh, popping
That
off.
means-
That means we're fancy up in here.
I got it.
I,
You're all chivalrous. and
whatever,
shit.
fuck yeah. I ain't helping nobody no more. Fuck that.
So you want to pass your glass?
Pass the glasses down
So
again.
this last one is the Brooklyn Kiwi Playhouse.
Kiwi Playhouse.
Kiwi Playhouse. Ooh, it smells nice.
So nice.
So nice.
I'm a snake.
I hit,
That's what I was thinking of.
I was gonna say
YouTube
I hit
that.
26 and I can't chug anymore.
If anybody wants to know what he means by that, YouTube it, please.
What'd you say?
I'm a snake. Can you see that video?
No.
Oh, it's
So
a good one.
there's
YouTube it. You know what I'm talking
snake-
about? Okay.
That's fucking hilarious.
So tell us a little bit about this, Chanel. Guide us on this beer journey.
It's from Brooklyn, which is
That's all you need to know. It's from Brooklyn. All right.
it's
gonna be
the
the
number
shit.
one brewery out of New York. I do know that.
Are there-
I do know that.
Are there any Queens breweries? in
No,
Queens?
I don't believe it.
Doesn't exist. You know why? Because we fancy and Queens. We drink wine.
Fox wine, Franzia.
Now Brooklyn, they have a lot of
Yeah, but I am under the impression that this brewery, simply just from aforementioned pop culture, they go hard.
They
is
do
what
go
I've
hard.
heard.
Go hard in
Absolutely.
paint. That's damn right.
They're really known for their Sriracha Ace and their Summer Ale.
Now you
Yeah,
referring
sure.
to a rap album. You know what I'm talking about.
They're what?
They go hard.
Oh, yes.
Rihanna. They go hard.
Oh, no, I know
Jason
what you
R.
mean.
God damn, I think you look like I'm retarded.
That is why I brought it in.
We need you in here to regulate Victor some more. So we,
retarded. I can't play that song. We'll get this video pulled.
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
Go
play
Google it.
Google that Rihanna song.
I mean, like you
Fuck.
play like 5 or 10 seconds of it.
5 seconds.
No, we got pulled for doing it because we got high.
Yeah.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
To be fair,
On 420.
to be fair, that's all Afro Man has anymore.
That's true. He's like, you guys sniff out that song. They're playing it. They're gonna pay me some royalties, okay, or pull their video.
So apparently this is super rare for our area. I am pretty lucky that my store does pretty big numbers. So I was one of like 10 or 15 cases in the Texas area.
Oh, so this is special.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Dang.
So I've been listening to your cast since y'all been mentioning me, and I knew that y'all
course.
came in, or that y'all were from New York, so I made sure to grab a bottle for you.
You're a beer
Thank you.
fan.
Well,
Thank you.
you're,
You're very
number
welcome.
one. You're number one, definitely. But we're an Oklahoma beer show, and I'm the only one from New York.
Oh, I thought that he was too.
No, Oklahoma.
Oh, my bad.
I haven't been to New York.
Oh,
They
well,
have.
then
I would
you're
try.
very
Yeah.
welcome, Victor. You're very welcome.
Give me shit the whole show.
This side of the table's
We've
been
all
in
been
the
to
New York.
Okay, Andrew.
Yeah, I.
Oh, Kirsty's an honorary New Yorker because she came back. She's like, I fucking love that place.
Okay.
Only regret she
Do
didn't
they
get
have
chopped
craft
cheese.
beer though?
Yeah.
Where? In New
Okay,
York?
because everywhere I went, it was like Stella or what
Whoa.
else?
Oh,
It
no.
is
New York
Seaman's
has
Proud.
craft beer
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Listen, you gotta love the Stella, first of all.
I do.
That is
That's
all
all I
we
got.
drink down there,
Yeah.
so, or up there.
That's
What do you
very
think?
tasty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Apparently, I heard it was very light.
It is, but it's got the very fruity notes. And the sour's not like super sour, but it's good.
Hey, that's
Either that or
nice.
the palate's kind of adjusted to the sour, maybe.
It's to like the side of your tongues.
I would not
Yeah.
call this a sour beer. This definitely tastes more like champagne type shit.
Yeah, very fruity.
I don't know about champagne.
I see the bubbliness, the carbonation of it. I guess I could see that, but it's
It's
got
like a carbon, like a champagne type beer
This is messing with
with some fruit in it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
it is good.
It's good.
I can't tell if like every one we try is like better than the next, or just I'm just getting a
Getting
little
drunker.
Yeah.
No,
But it's still pretty good.
I'm lit, fam.
Our level's
Stay
gonna be
lit.
all off.
Stay lit. Shout out.
The slider's going up.
Listen, our first show, we had a shout out problem.
Yeah.
Our first two shows.
A shout out
did.
problem.
We shout out
Shout out
everybody.
to everyone.
Mostly
The
Victor.
plugs were 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Shout out to so and so for so and so. Shout out to this and that.
Oh yeah, y'all remember that? Yo, shout out to this so for bring me that. Yo, DJ Loud. Shout out to DJ Loud. He's having an event tonight. Hold on.
There you go. First burp.
That was your shout out, DJ Loud. I'm sorry. We don't have enough time to finish that plug.
It was the like mousiest girl in here.
There you go. DJ Mouse coming
Let me,
through.
let me put this down.
Oh, I needed this fucking day. This is awesome right here.
No, it was
I was
so
just
hard up
perfect
until
timing.
now.
I know. I was
Victor.
just talking to Amber. I go, nobody's burped, but I burp a lot when I drink.
Let it
So I've been
rip.
over here like.
I try to do like a classy burp. Like,
Yeah.
Back to the plug, real quick. 360 Kings is a production company from DJ Loud, who's a friend of the show, who helped us a lot, bringing guests on the show. Big fan of the show. So he's doing something every Thursday in Arlington, Texas. It's called. It's kind of Get the Hot Box. It's a Throwback Thursdays he's doing. He's the DJ. It's over in.
He's a great DJ.
He's a great DJ,
He is.
but he's not. He didn't. This flyer needs to be fixed. DJ Loud, shout out. It says free shots, so he had me at free shots, but it doesn't give me the bar location. It gives me the address. So it's 2525 East Arkansas Lane, Arlington, Texas. So look that up, guys.
I know where that's at.
Where's that at?
It's right
At
out there,
25,
like,
25 each.
25 East.
That is the Brick House Lounge
Brick House
in
Lounge.
Arlington.
Shout out. So, yo, if anybody's doing anything tonight, go over there to show some love. I'll be there tonight.
Free shots.
Free shots.
Do you mind if I give some love?
Yeah, get some love. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So all of these beers, except for one, were provided by Brian Sullivan from Benny Keith.
Brian.
Yes,
you.
I just want to tell you, sir, that I really appreciate you. You are an amazing gentleman that always rocks it out and just supports me so much, and I really, really greatly appreciate you.
You're number one, Brian.
Shout out to the Bry guy. We got you, man.
Yes, thank
True
you so
MVP.
much.
The true MVP.
Yes,
Get
the
everybody
true
drunk.
MVP. Thank you, Rich. You need to pay him more.
By the way, this is 8% alcohol, so everybody.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Ah, you need to top me
Hey, look how
off.
excited everyone got. We need more.
That's what surprises me about some like beers. You some beers you go into it knowing it's like a high ABV, and you can taste it in the beer. Sure. Sometimes
That does
it
not
surprises.
taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about the Sour Monkey because it's.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like the
absolutely.
other one, like the regular normal Golden Monkey, tastes more. You can taste the alcohol.
It does, it
a lot
tastes
more.
boozy, yeah.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Brooklyn. That was good.
Very good.
I'm glad you like.
New York finally coming out with something good besides pizza.
Hold
Brooklyn
up.
comes out with some good beers.
Hold.
Brooklyn was one
Hold
of
up.
my favorite
Hold up.
places in New York.
From
It
the
was
one
really
person
cool.
that has it.
Oh, well, I got that was kind of my homage to Victor. He likes to hate on stuff, so that was my blind hate.
But not on New York.
To be fair,
The
Not
one
on
thing.
New York.
to be fair, New York does tragedy very well.
Shout out to the tragedies out of New York.
So,
Shout out to Tragedy.
West Side Story, or what are we talking about here?
You know, Son of Sam, 9/11. We'll talk about it after the show.
Anybody seen that movie with John Leguizamo? He's my
Oh,
favorite
yes,
actor.
so good.
It's such
Oh,
a it's
Carlitos
such a bad,
Way?
I
it's
love
such
John
a bad
Leguizamo.
movie, but it's so good at the same time.
Carlitos Way?
No.
Oh.
Son of Sam.
Oh yeah, the Spike Lee. Yeah, Summer
With-
of Sam.
Yeah, with John Leguizamo was the lead actor.
Yeah.
He's such a bad actor at that age. He's such a bad actor when he was younger.
But he grew.
He grew.
Did it really?
Oh, yes.
But I still love him anyway. Still love him. Shout out to-
You can see John Leguizamo in The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, you can.
Sponsored by.
Or his one man shows, which is way better. His one man shows are way better. Reminds me of my childhood. That's what I gotta say about
I
that.
don't even know who that guy is.
The what?
You don't?
Maybe if I saw his face.
I always have to.
Oh,
I'm
come
so
on.
we're both so bad
What's
with names.
Tu Wong Fu? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
really?
wait,
Oh, you know
I
Tu
was
Wong
gonna say anything,
Fu.
but I'm like,
Yes.
what
Yeah,
Puerto
keep
Yeah.
throwing
Yes,
stuff out.
he's
I
the
don't know.
Puerto Rican.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're right there.
You recognize him. He's kind of a skinny.
Yeah. Oh, she knows. I said Tu Wong Fu. She exactly.
Like, I'm
yeah.
gay,
Listen.
Yeah. Totally knows.
There he
yes.
is.
Tu Wong Fu. Yes, she
Yeah,
knows.
that guy, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, he was.
you guys
sexy.
haven't seen his one man shows? Here's
Oh,
the
they're
deal.
so good.
No.
We got to plan a night. I have all his DVDs of his one man show series, of all his stand ups. Oh, wait. We will have a night where we're going to drink and watch this, and you guys will love this,
Okay,
man.
because I
That
saw
sounds
him like the Romeo and Juliet remake. That's
Oh,
the only
it's
thing
so
I've seen.
good.
It's not a remake.
That is
It's a retelling.
It's a retelling. That's very
I
true.
hate to be the hater
Shut up.
in this. I did not appreciate that
I don't like you
movie.
anymore.
I-
I don't like you anymore.
Thank you. I love
I
you,
liked
Amber.
you for like an hour.
So okay, here's my thing. I appreciate what they were trying to do, and I like that they try to like.
That's the greatest movie he ever played in.
him and Spawn.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it was great.
Beautiful.
He was nasty and Spawn.
I just noticed.
Cannot forget. Ugh.
Oh, so good.
My thing with Shakespeare,
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Mercutio? No,
So-
he wasn't Mercutio. He was.
He was some of the lame person, but my
The guard.
point was
He was the bodyguard.
If
Yeah.
they hadn't kept the same actual words from Romeo and Juliet, I would have been okay with it.
That's the artistic part of
That's the
it.
best part of it.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
I didn't like
Everything
their I didn't like their
more.
ties into it. I don't. This is
I
me.
thought it was good.
Maybe I need to rewatch
with
it.
Romeo and Juliet, I'm not into. So I wasn't in that.
The girl
movie.
who was the lead actress, like I like the movie for John Leguizamo, a guy who was
Claire
in
Danes?
John
Oh, Claire
Yeah,
Danes.
thank you.
I
I
like
was-
Claire
Wait,
Danes.
let me talk about Claire Danes in a
She's
second.
cute,
But
isn't it?
John Leguizamo and then the other black guy was the other bodyguard on the other side. Those two are like my favorite actors.
Maybe
That
in Oz?
oh yeah, he was in playing in Oz. Low key that no one knows, but they're in everything.
Which black guy? There was too many, like
He
you know,
played
black
in
guy was
Oz.
bodyguard.
The
other
guy, the guy
that-
from Oz and body that was in a
He played
wheelchair.
Mercutio.
Drake
Yeah.
in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
Drake in the wheelchair?
Drake in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Jimmy.
No, those two actors would draw me to the movie because I liked them a lot and I watched it. What? Excuse me. Wow. First burp for you.
Just let it out, honey. Why are you trying to hold it
She
back?
didn't hold it back. She was like, here we go.
I broke the seal. Yes.
What takes me out of the movie is her. I find her super
Claire Danes?
unattractive.
Really?
Super unattractive.
Really?
For someone like what's the kid's name?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. To be attracted to her, get the fuck out. That guy was
she's
if he dressed up as a girl and look at a
It's kind
picture
of
of
like
himself.
the show The King of Queens, like the opposite of that. Like no. that
I
couple
get
would
that.
No,
never-
I believe that. No, stop. Wait. Let me clarify this. So look at someone like what's the guy's name?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Thank you. As a young Leo as a young man, skinny, super attractive young man. I give him an 8 at that age, right? I give him an 8.
Would smash.
If he was dressed as drag, he'd probably fall in love with himself.
Yeah.
Then you look at her; she looks like a drag queen. It's like she's unattractive
I don't know.
drag
I
queen.
would,
she
I
was
would
cute
disagree
then.
that they're both 5s. They're just 5s.
What, Leo?
Middle of the road.
Pretty
They're like
normal.
average
I'm just
people.
like average.
Leo's super attractive.
Just-
That's- the party? Get out of here.
Who are the women on the show?
I can appreciate someone to be attractive. I don't find her attractive. That took me out of the movie. You know?
I loved Little Women growing up, so that's all I can.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
She's super attractive,
Like-
though. That's my first crush.
Then she started stealing stuff, and I was like, man,
Started stealing
what happened?
stuff.
She was in the Crucible, and I was like, you good in that? And then she started shoplifting.
I gotta make a
was
side
about-
note. I gotta stop hitting Drew.
Hey.
It's like the 8th time I hit him.
But to be fair, she made her comeuppance in Stranger Things recently.
Yes,
Who?
she did. Winona
Winona Ryder?
Ryder. You don't even know because you don't like it.
I watched the whole series, first
You
of all.
watched the whole thing and you still don't like it?
I just would let me clarify. The ending of anything tells me how I feel about it.
He's
And
being petty.
I'm
yes,
super petty.
I agree.
I hated the ending of Stranger Things.
That's that one too, though.
Yeah, I would say I'm usually that way, but somehow Stranger Things, even though I would typically hate that ending, I was like, okay, I'll give it. But
Give
I
it
also
pass.
Googled it before because I was like, this is heading down a
Why did
direction
you
I won't
Google
like.
it?
She Googles the
So I'm not as
for everything.
disappointed
Why?
whenever it's something I won't like.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I don't want to waste
Ew,
my time.
I don't
So-
condone that at all.
Yeah, Kirsty's the one that got me into Stranger Things, and we have a coworker, Christina, that Googles every ending to every movie she can because that's her
That's the way you
style.
do it.
No,
Me and
That
Tina,
sounds like a horrible way to live.
yeah, it's
the best way.
not my style.
Never
A horrible
disappointed.
way.
Always
Horrible
happy.
way.
Orange is New Black, new to skip last season. Well, second to last season because I didn't want to see.
I haven't seen it yet.
Who's saying?
Oh, well, I saw that.
Episode on my
Why would
the
you
new
do that
season.
to yourself?
Not the new season. I haven't seen it.
I saw the episode on my birthday. I cried.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's why I couldn't watch it. I don't want to.
I've watched that series
That
in a
was
few
kind
years.
of to me the logic behind that scene was kind of the same way as like Titanic, where
So who died?
he
You don't know her.
Poussey?
You don't even watch it.
You don't know
Who's
her.
the character?
he killed that pussy. Poussey. Well, like I don't
Which
know.
character died?
so
I used to
sad.
watch it, but the third season of Orange is the New Black, I really hated it, so I haven't gone back to it. But I heard this season is like legit.
It's
I
pretty
haven't
good.
seen
It's a pretty good
Legit.
season.
That's someone watch tomorrow.
Huh?
That's someone watch tomorrow.
Fuck that show.
But anyways,
Watch,
Oh, yeah.
watch Dallas Beer Talk on Dallas on Air. That's what you
Yes,
need to
it's
watch
true.
tomorrow.
that's what
Yeah,
you need to
she
watch.
should.
Let's
Heard
get
that.
on to our next
Yes.
Yes, last beer.
beer. Last beer. This is all that's left.
And then we
Okay.
gotta make, we
and
gonna
it's
make it
right
fun. We
to,
gotta tell some stories.
to
Okay,
end with
let's do
the
it.
stout.
Because we're warming it up a little
there you go,
bit.
That's true. Because this will totally change your taste buds.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a good one to end with.
I'm glad we went ahead and bought the third bottle. Yeah.
Go
Start during the
Albert.
ball. I'm not going home right now, apparently.
Go.
We don't condone drinking and driving on the show.
Thank you.
We're gonna have Chanel bring us out some stuff from Whole Foods. We're gonna eat
About to eat some
eat
food.
proper, eat real proper.
They got shout out to Whole Foods on McKinney Avenue. They have really good food. The people there are pretty legit.
We do.
The few people who work at the kitchen that I have met, pretty nice people.
Yes.
People at the bar,
Yes.
super chill, super nice. Mm-hmm. Much love to that area.
Shout out to my boyfriend that runs the kitchen there.
Hey, there you go. What's his name?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron, yay. Shout out to you for running that double shift today.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oof. We're drinking the beers for you, Aaron.
yes.
All right, so I got this because it's supposed to not be as bitter as most stouts. So.
It's not. I have a lot of people that come in and request this every day.
Okay. Good.
So we picked a good one.
All right, Google did a good job.
It's a good
Yeah.
one, yes, for sure. Samuel Smith
Why did you
is a
Google?
very good
Just
one.
say try new things.
Well,
She googled the ending to
I
Stranger
wanted
Things,
to
man.
impress my friend. I wanted some chocolatey but smooth because she isn't a big beer fan. So
Maybe
I'll
some
be
Young's
interested
double
after the
chocolate
show to
stout?
see which one was your favorite.
Oh man, so far the sour monkey.
Oh,
Yeah.
my least favorite.
Hey.
Damn.
That's your least favorite or most favorite?
That's my most
No,
favorite.
Oh,
so
good,
far.
good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amber
Oh,
being
you're
patiently and talking.
Fucking killing me.
Yeah, I'm about to get some more. Andrew's more in it, right?
Yes, I have,
the rest of
I have
that.
not had this beer in a long time, but it is tasty.
So
Wow, it's
Samuel
very
Smith
smooth.
also has a complete line of all kinds of organics as well. They have everything from strawberry to apricot to raspberry. They have a complete line of organics.
It
Very
tastes
tasty.
like one of my vaporizers, so I'm digging it.
I got that too.
That's not.
Shout out to
it's true.
this-
I haven't had this one
now
in a
you
while.
say that's all I'm thinking about is the vape.
It's like
when you go
vape.
vape.
Yeah.
This is
So-
this is delicious. This is
Oh,
what
yes.
I want my coffee to taste. Shout out to Christina that we talked about earlier.
Oh, that's
really
great.
good friend
That's
of
a
ours.
great way to
She
end
would.
it.
She would like this.
She would
yeah.
love this a lot. Shout out, she's a really great friend to us. She bought me a French press for my new place,
Oh, yay.
and I made some coffee last night. And I didn't like the coffee beans. This is what I expect my coffee to taste like.
Yay.
If my coffee
delicious.
tasted
Really
like
good.
this,
I
I'd be
fucking
so
drink
happy.
that
yeah.
shit
Yeah.
That's great.
straight.
So when you think of like a chocolate stout, like this is kind of sweet and chocolatey. You really get the definitely the chocolate notes in it. Very tasty.
What do you,
really
what do you
Very
think?
good pick.
Very, very
really
good.
Okay.
That's really
Shout out to
Google
Amber.
coffee.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Google.
Amber, bringing that
shout out to
legit stuff
Google.
through.
Yeah.
This is-
No coffee. I'm so sick of the coffee notes in stouts.
Yes, thank you.
Why
Because
you
I'm not a
even
big
on
fan of
coffee
coffee.
notes?
I mean, I'm okay with coffee notes, but
It's overplayed.
they're
Every
always
stout.
in stouts.
By the way,
Nah,
it's
true.
five
It's so
percent.
easy to pair it
You
up. Yeah.
can't get
5%?
just a chocolate
5% alcohol.
stout. It's so hard to just get a chocolate stout.
I feel like this one walks the line really well. Like if you're looking for that coffee taste, it has it, but it has such a strong like
Yeah.
chocolate taste as well. that
Absolutely.
This
you're
is like if you went to Starbucks for your stout.
Absolutely.
That's the Starbucks I want to go to every morning.
Definitely the Starbucks I want
At
to go
5
to.
in the morning. Let me go through there.
Can I get that chocolate stout
Yes.
coffee, please?
Yes.
Yeah, like a code word. K
This is
Cowboy.
so good.
Got you.
Did you hear about that? Well, let's finish the beer. I want to talk about that pizza guy that got caught selling drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not talk about that on the show. Just from personal. Yeah, let's. We don't gotta talk about that.
I have no knowledge of.
I
what
have
Victor's
no
talking
knowledge or exception of that
I
conversation.
bet he was a Domino's driver.
He might have been. He
about. Are you
might
sure it
have
wasn't
been.
Papa John's?
Look like
It could have been Papa John's.
So the person who always says I love stouts and porters here on the show. This is fucking delicious.
It's
really
Very
good.
tasty.
It's very good.
I found myself like I could drink this at the house
a
all
real
day.
chill drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have one of these
This-
driving home from
I
Dallas.
should have had one of these when I was. we don't condone drinking and driving.
No, I meant while somebody's driving me.
We do not.
Right in the back
can we
of
get
the Uber.
Can we get the disclaimer, please, Ziggy? Real quick disclaimer.
The views expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of myself or my boss or
Dallas
this
on Air.
network. Is this is Dallas? I'm not at the news studio, right?
No, this is Dallas on air.
I'm lit, fam.
Oh my god, this is a beer I drank at the house. This is a beer I wanted to drink last night when I was putting a bookshelf together.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
good beer.
I'm glad you weren't crying again. I thought you were going to say drinking your emotions again.
No, I drank a lot last night, but it was because I made the bookshelf,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then I drank a lot.
How's
after.
the bookshelf look?
It's good. It looks great.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
like a bookshelf.
Hey, wanna see a
No, it
picture?
really
I
is
can't
good.
put books on it, but
It's a
Kind of wobbles a little bit. but-
quote unquote a bookshelf, but it's more like a movie shelf.
oh, okay.
You know, movie and video
Lighter
game
weight.
shelf.
I believe
on,
this
sorry.
comes in 4-packs too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We saved $1.
Yay.
Oh, shoot. That's fancy.
He did the
That's
bookshelf
a lot
right.
of movies.
Yeah, I got a shit ton of
Wow.
movies.
Okay. I won't make fun of you. It's legit. You didn't get shit faced.
2.
What's this on there?
You swipe
blow it
it.
up. No, she blow it up.
So, have you ever run a?
That's Tekken 7.
It's Heihachi.
Have you ever been like absolutely hungover and had to and were in a situation where you had to use power tools?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hungover?
Wait, what?
I went to art school, which I think we've mentioned on the show before,
Yeah.
and it was like my senior year, and I was in a sculpture class, and for a couple weeks before, we were taking styrofoam and we were sculpting styrofoam, and what you do is you put that styrofoam in a coffee can, and you pour sand into it, and you really tightly pack the sand, and then you melt aluminum, and you pour the aluminum in onto the styrofoam, and it instantly evaporates. It's so hot, it instantly evaporates the styrofoam and takes its place in the sand, and then it hardens in the sand. Well, I was the biggest guy in my sculpture class on the day that we had to pour the molten aluminum, and our TA was sick. And so my professor asked me if I could help him pour the aluminum, and I was very hungover. So the way you do it is a two-person thing. Is you pull it out of the vat, and one person on each end of this long bar,
Holding it.
And so that's how you first pull it out of the oven, and then you set it down and you let it cool for like a couple minutes because it's still very, very hot, and then you pick it up and then you slowly pour it into each vat. It's open. It doesn't have a top on this container. And so we pull it out of the oven and we let it sit a couple minutes, and then I get on the other end and we're about to start pouring, and we pick it up, and my knees lock as I stand up, and then I faint. And then I start to fall forward. And someone comes and tackles me to the side so that my head doesn't fall into this 2,000-degree aluminum.
Man.
I don't know why we told that story, but I'm glad you're here, Ziggy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm fucking glad you're here, man. What the fuck are we talking about right now? But I'm glad you're here.
That you didn't die.
I'm
Ziggy.
so glad you're here too. Yes.
Yeah.
We definitely
We
can't
need
do the
you.
show without you.
Yeah.
The heartblood of our show.
Do you remember that guy's name?
The professor or the
The guy that
guy
saved your
saved
life.
your
Fuck the
life.
professor.
Fuck them
You
for
don't
the
have
guy
to
who
say his
tackled
name.
you.
Fuck
It,
the
oh no,
professor.
it was a woman that tackled me.
Shout out to women out there.
Girl power.
That's right.
Girl power.
I can't remember.
Make
Fuck
up a
that.
name. Make up a
Fuck
name.
that hoe. Fuck that hoe. Shout out to her for saving your life, though.
She saved your life, and you're just like,
Some woman.
Man, this bitch.
It's not the first time someone has saved my life. I'm
Well,
Like, get in line, lady.
I'm
You're
a
fourth on the list.
very stupid person.
I feel the same. I feel about me. I'm a very stupid person. I was sitting at work today, and I was glorifying my stabbing experiences in my life.
Stabbing.
Yeah, I've been stabbed a few times.
Multiple.
How many? Well, let's compare. How many times have you been stabbed?
3 times.
You got me beat. I got 2.
Okay. I've been stabbed 3 times. But one of my stabbing stories, I was talking about how I got stabbed in the back.
wait, how much longer we got on the show?
We got a few. We got as long as we need.
I need
3 minutes.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's time. I
Tell-
can
listen to the
usually only
story.
Make it till
Listen to the story first, and then you go pee. Listen to the story first. So I'm sitting there, and I'm talking to Andrew. I cut my finger. Well, I almost lost my thumb, and then I got stabbed in the shoulder, and then I got stabbed in my back. But in the midst of me explaining to Andrew how I got stabbed in my back,
And I've never gotten over.
no, I never got over on her. Yeah, fuck that hoe.
Oh, it was a woman that
No,
attacked
no,
you?
it wasn't a woman. So I didn't tell him the whole story. So what was happening was I was in a party in Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn.
Brewery.
No, fuck that brewery.
They said really good beer. Come on now.
They weren't around when I was there.
You didn't save my life, Brooklyn Brewery.
Thank you. You didn't save my life. My book did. So back in the days, I used to cut school all the time, and I never had a backpack. What I used to do has, you know, those black and white books you fold.
Yeah, the little.
The notepad
Deposit.
thing.
Yeah. So I used to fold it, and I used to keep it in my belt, in my belt line, because I didn't want to put it in my pockets and stuff like that. And I had my coat. It's wintertime, so I had my coat. I had that book there, and I was cutting school. So we went into this house party, right? So we went to a house party. The problem with the house party is I beat up a gentleman earlier that week, and it was his house.
Little did you know.
That's out. Yeah. You didn't ask.
Yeah, like, whose parties is that? Don't worry about it. Like,
It's a house
Come on,
party.
I think
I'll
your
be
friends
there.
fucked you over.
No, well, my friends, we got ran out of there, so we didn't know. What ended up happening was we knew a bunch of girls, and it was most likely a setup because we knew a bunch of the same girls. The girls invited us out over to their party, so we get there, and George was like, "Yo, remember that kid you fought last week? He's here. This is his house." I was like, "We could leave now and nothing happened, or we could see if we get some." Let's see if we get some. Let's see if we get some.
You're too
Get some.
young.
We get some strange real quick. So we walk him in the building. Of course, we didn't get nothing because instantly his family's there, his friends are there. They see us. I'm like, all right, listen, no one act scared. We're gonna quietly walk out. Well, my friend ran out. not my friend George. We came with a bunch of people. One of us that was with us ran out. They chased that fool down. Fuck that guy that ran out. But we started fighting our way out to the subway station. We were about 4 blocks away from the subway station. We like, all we gotta do is make it to the subway and get the fuck out. And we get there and we're fighting along the way, and people behind us throwing punches everywhere. Like, we're just not really fighting. We're throwing punches and kicking and running, you know. And then we make it to the subway. Try to cut the short a little bit. We make it to the subway. I hopped the turnstile, and then my friend was like, "Yo, you got stabbed in the back." I had an ice pick hanging out of my back, my coat. I was like, "Oh shit, I do got an ice pick," and I pulled an ice pick.
I got a free ice pick out of this.
I did. That's what I was thinking initially, but I pulled the ice pick out. What saved my life was when I had that book folded on my belt line. The dude stabbed me in my lower back. Whoever grabbed me from behind was apparently trying to stab me at the same time.
Damn. Those New Yorkers.
So did it break the skin?
Yeah, it was like, so the book was like maybe an inch thick.
So it was
That looks like
just
2
that
inches.
Little bit, yeah.
That's what she's.
So the
ladies.
well, for people who don't know what an ice pick is usually about 4 inches long, and it's very easy to break the handle, and that's what happened. He broke his handle, stabbed me. He probably thought he did get me, but what happened is the book that I folded was maybe an inch thick, a little less than that, and then it poked out maybe 3 or 4 centimeters from that and got skin.
Crazy.
Basically, yes,
All I
sir.
gotta say is fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's
Like,
awful.
that was cheap shot.
Yeah, so made it out of that. But I was telling that story to Andrew, and a doctor walked by at work. Mind you, I was at work when I was telling the story.
Yeah.
He walks out. He was like, "Oh shit, you talking about getting stabbed?"
His face. So he passed by Victor as he's telling the story, and I see his face. He's like, "What?" He's like, "Okay, you don't have to tell me. I don't want to be implicated in any of this." So.
He walks in, walks the fuck out, and I might not have a job tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
I was thinking he earned respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially from that guy.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got
Told me
street
I ain't
cred.
gonna mess with you.
He walks in, he's like, and that was the 3rd time I got stabbed. And I'm like, it's like, we're never gonna fire that guy. Keep him on payroll.
That's exactly what happened. Basically, I was like, "Yeah, I got stabbed for the 3rd time here," and he walks in. He was like,
He's like, "Oh God." The perfect time to walk in.
his cell number.
and I was like, "Well, Dr. Dean, let me explain." He's like, "No, I'm good. I'm walking out of
All
here."
right. Like, can I go
Go pee.
now?
Yeah.
I have to pee too.
Yeah, please.
You fucking break the seal,
I have
guys.
to pee.
Go
Can
for
I
it.
follow
The
you?
commercial.
Yeah. Oh.
Are we doing?
Yes.
Are we?
Today's show is brought to you by carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome. Who needs hands? Today's show is also brought to you by So Soda. So Soda. It's okay. So Caitlin, Amber, you guys are here. We haven't talked to you guys much.
I know. I
What
really
do you
have to
guys
pee
do?
too, but I'm gonna keep it in
Oh.
Good.
because
You already broke the seal on burping, so you're like, can't
Yeah.
break both seals.
I can't do
we
2
go.
seals in one night. You know.
Okay.
It's
It's a
just
sin.
daytime.
That's sinful.
Oh yeah, that's what that light is out there.
So you were partying last night.
Do what?
You were partying last night.
Partying?
Did you say break the seal twice in one night?
Oh, because I burped.
Oh,
She broke the seal with the burping seal.
Is that a hymen joke? You monster!
I didn't intend it to be, but yes.
In retrospect, that's a lot funnier. So what do you guys do? Where are you guys from?
From here, well, Fort Worth. I'm kind of in
Fort
between
Worth?
jobs right now, so
No, she can't
it's
decide
kinda
which
like-
one she wants.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the difference.
She's not between jobs. She has
She's
a choice
got
of
2
2
jobs,
jobs.
like bidding for
Yeah,
her.
so I guess it's the best situation, you know, to be in. But I'm just trying to figure out what I want right now.
We've been wanting like you and everybody else to come on. We have multiple people to come on the show. Nobody can make it, so we're glad you guys were able to make it on today. Very much so.
We definitely want you guys back on the new studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
excited to go see.
I think Amber brought this like very stellar beer today that everyone's like, wow, very good, very good.
Dude, I gotta give all the credit to Kersey. I just like described what I like, and Kersey just masterminded.
So it's a team effort.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
so Kaylin did all the work. It was
Yeah, exactly,
beautiful.
exactly.
Kaylin, you did great.
Kaylin picked it out. It was
Kaylin,
already
you
picked
did
out when
great
Kersey
today.
called me.
we actually went to go pick it up at
Hold
the
on
store.
1 second. Technical difficulties.
Oh, okay.
We had a phone ringing. Sorry about that,
Oh,
guys.
nice. we went to go pick it up, and I was trying to buy other stuff, and so like nothing to do with me. I was wanting like some champagne and stuff.
Just take the credit. Just take the credit.
Champagne.
Whatever. You have my favorite bottle of whiskey at the house.
Oh yeah, you know I still haven't tried it.
You haven't tried it?
No.
Ranger.
Oh no, Ranger Creek is my absolute favorite, but it's a rye whiskey. It's very different. It's very harsh taste. The whiskey I got for them. For my housewarming gift.
Texas one, TX?
No, fuck TX,
Nah,
bro.
it's good, bro.
Fuck TX. Listen, fuck TX. That's not. You want? Okay, listen.
Anyways, go on.
Wait. Before we go on a tangent, I have ideas for multiple shows. We can't do a beer show every day of the week, but I was thinking maybe having a liquor show.
Yeah.
And introducing different type of liquors. Anyway, one of the is whiskeys I like. They have one of my favorite whiskeys.
Which one?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell you
And
after.
we'll have to
this.
try
Oh,
it this
okay, okay.
weekend. I haven't
Surprise.
really been in
Yeah.
the drinking mood lately. I think it's because of my last
Whoa.
job. Which weird. It's weird because most people are like, "Oh, my job makes me want to drink." Not me, but I think we'll have to try it this weekend,
Okay.
and I'll
What's
have
it
to let
called
you
again?
know.
Ooh,
What is it called again?
Saturday. No.
Oh, we hanging out. Shout out to Ziggy. Ziggy's
Yeah.
gonna be hosting a late night show at the Comedy Club.
Our man.
Actually, probably not hosting the late
He's
show
not
that you guys
hosting.
are coming to.
But you'll be there?
But I'll be getting the sweet spot probably.
There we go.
Oh shit! Here we go. I like that.
Yeah.
No, the whiskey. There's a few whiskeys I like, but the whiskey I got you guys at the house is one of my absolute favorites, and I do not want to talk about it right now because it's still growing. I want to bring it on the show and be like one of the first to bring it on the show and talk about it. But it's similar to if you ever had Single Barrel Jack. You ever had Single Barrel Jack?
Well, I
Sure.
have.
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Fuck you guys.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
Yeah.
So Single Barrel Jack is a very smooth whiskey. And once you get into the older age whiskey, it just becomes very smooth and sweet notes to it. Well, this one is $20 cheaper than that, and it's just as good. So I had me at price.
Sounds great.
It had me at price. And there's a few other bourbons I want to try and stuff like that. But yeah, I like drinking. What I do at home is instead of drinking a beer, I get some ice, I get a glass, and I put my whiskey, and I sit there and sip on it throughout the night. And now I know when it's time for bed is when I drink it all. It's like, oh, well, I drank this whole glass. Time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Sorry, I had to add more time to my meter, so that's why I was so rudely left. It's not like I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, no one had to go to the
Pee,
bathroom.
too.
Nobody had to
Oh, wait.
I had to pee. You know, there's some beer companies that are taking their hops after the fact and making whiskey out of them as well.
the hops.
Really? It needs to be named?
Bear Republic out
Bear
of
Republic?
California.
Is that the one with the racer?
Razor 5.
5, yeah.
Yep. The Yelpers.
Shout out to
Chanel.
Chanel for bringing on that other
Yeah.
California brewery that's going to be on the show August 10th.
And they are
Ballast
called?
Point? No, don't fucking
He was going to mark it. He
No,
told me
fuck
the other day,
him.
he's like, Barrel.
Ballast
I was like,
Point.
Ballast Point.
No, fuck him.
And I was like, this is Ballast Point, right? He's like,
He's only coming on here because he fucking owes me.
I was like, that's why
Fuck
you
me.
said
She was
fuck
talking
him.
about the.
yeah,
No,
the guy.
fuck him. Yeah.
Man.
He owes me. That's why he.
Come on there. You do a good job. You bring
Yeah.
free beer.
Yeah, he fucking owes me, and
So,
if he doesn't
I
do
go-
right, then
So long story short.
Did you save his life like a book?
No. She has an event that she hosts.
yeah, I
beer
did an
tasting.
event that it took 3 months to bring this event to fruition. And he was there for 30 minutes, and then he fucking bounced and was like, "Sorry, Vegas, baby. I gotta go to Vegas."
I mean, that's. I mean,
No,
it's
fuck
Vegas.
you. I made. We did this event. We've been planning this for 3 months, players.
Yeah, that's like a
3
quarter of the
months.
year. That's a quarter
Yeah.
of the year. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
There is no reason for you to bounce 30 minutes into this.
This is not
event.
even the end of the show. I think this is the best show yet.
Oh wait, are we on air?
No, this is just us.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
I was
us
about
right
to
now.
say no.
So what if he was like,
You are.
I hope to God we're not.
so what if he was like, hey, I'm bouncing to Vegas with my boys, but I'm gonna throw down $1,500 on some blackjack.
That's
and I'm cutting you in.
Oh.
a
If
third
I
of the
win.
profits.
But he could lie.
If
How we
he
gonna find out if
wins.
he's gonna win or not?
No, he tried to throw all that shit at me.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "If I win big, I'll bring you back, baby. I'll bring you back."
Oh,
Is he
dude.
black?
You know, no,
That's what I.
no, he's a white boy.
Oh, well, then it's awkward now.
Did he bring you back anything?
No,
Oh, then he owes you.
no, he totally.
surprise trip to
Yeah,
Vegas.
no. He was like, "If I win
Last
bring, I'll
minute.
totally bring you, and I'll bring
Oh,
you back to
he
Vegas."
threw the if in there, though.
Oh yeah, no. He,
Well, shout
He
out
was
to that douchebag.
yeah, he was a total douchebag, and he
Thank you.
fucking owes me, and
What's
I
his name?
cut his lines. And no, I'm not throwing his name out there. He'll be on the show, and he can throw his own fucking name out there.
I'm excited to hear his side. Like, no, that's not how it went at all.
He'll
wanna
be
know.
on here, and he'll be really
You'll be on
fucking
here too, right?
PC.
You be
Yeah,
on
I'll be
here
here too.
So you're saying
Yeah.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is what
Fear
you're
and
saying.
Loathing.
So
and
we get the
fucking
full
Ballast
story
Point.
August 10th
Yeah.
on both sides.
August 17th,
Be
I
a
think
big
it is.
debate.
August 17th is gonna have Cope.
No, Coop is August 10th.
No, Coop is no.
Citizen
August 10th.
Why does she know our
Dallas
life?
Point.
And Victor
August
does not.
17th.
Because I have a fucking Google Calendar, and he fucking
Thank
doesn't.
you.
She's built for this kind of thing.
Yeah,
Coop is the
let me
following
look
week.
real quick.
When does
No.
Coop come on?
Coop comes on the 17th.
Koopa Troopa.
Ballast Point is the 10th. Yeah, you're right. Ballast Point is the 10th.
I'm an alcoholic, guys, but I got the further dates out
You
there.
got the dates out there.
17th is Coop. Yeah.
Yeah, and then still have to talk to Dallas L Project. Maybe they might be the
Texas
following
L Project.
Yeah,
you
there
mean?
it is.
Yeah, I can talk to Jacob and Todd Holder for
week. Give me
you.
that favor, yeah.
This is our
Have them
hookup.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I love Chanel.
It's nice to
I
know
agree.
people.
Yeah, I'm glad to finally meet you. Been
That's
hearing
why-
about you for a while.
That's
so
why we show Chanel so much love on the show. She's
Well-
part of the Dallas Beer Talk family.
Definitely.
Oh, forever guest. She definitely talked. Why? Besides her connections, why I talk about her is I learned so much from her in the small period of times we actually hung out. We only hung out a handful of times, but the things I've learned, the how to drink, the different glasses are why they're important. People should introduce to help me learn to drink, like the different styles of beer. It's wealth of knowledge there that people, and that's why I felt like when I talked about last show was people are willing to talk to me that I know shit. I don't know shit. And they were like,
None
okay.
of us know shit.
But everybody helped me.
All
like-
learning.
And they
We're
all
all
helped me in.
learning,
Like,
yeah.
listen, I don't know shit either, but this is what I know.
Exactly. That's where we're all coming from.
Oh, yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And that's a lot of, and that's why I feel like I gain more interest in learning different styles of beer. Is the people, the community that's involved with it. It seems genuine. It seems sincere, and they really want to teach people. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. So appreciate it to being on
We
this.
all love to drink.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You all get a couple beers in us, and we're all the fucking same dumbasses.
Yeah.
And I think that we categorize that as talking under the influence.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly.
You know who came up with that line?
Kirsty.
This guy.
Oh, pass it on. I will totally just pass it on to the female. I say us females take that recognition.
No, I didn't want to brag.
Behind every great man.
Just the history of women in America. Am I right, ladies?
Well, we all know how I feel about Amelia Earhart. Just saying. Well, quick note on that, Amber. How did it take about your take on Amelia Earhart?
Oh, did you listen to that
okay.
one?
I didn't listen to that one, but like people have been talking about her a lot recently. Like, is
Yeah,
it an anniversary
she-
of her?
No, people say she's still, you know,
not watch our
she
show,
didn't really
Amber?
die.
So Facebook pulled up like random clips like about like tipping. One of you guys don't tip like or tip $1.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
Like,
No, I do fucking tip.
I tipped somebody like $1.
Can we
25
revisit that,
cents.
please?
Was it-
Oh, okay. I didn't hear this part. Maybe it was
Explain
week
yourself,
before
Victor.
last.
Wait. I wanted the Amelia Earhart thing first with
Okay,
Amber.
okay.
So no tipping, and what else you heard?
So Amelia Earhart, the breakdown was that they found some picture in an archive supposedly saying that Amelia Earhart and her co-pilot crashed in a Pacific island somewhere that was under Japanese control back in the day. And that she was there, she didn't die, like it just ran like
She just, like, screwed
She was
everybody else
there,
and
she was
hanging
under
out.
like Japanese like prisoner or something like that, and so.
She was hanging out with Elvis Presley.
But
Jesus.
Jesus is still alive.
Tupac was there, but to Victor's point, Victor was saying that he didn't think that Amelia Earhart was somebody to be like.
A role model, someone to look
Canonized,
up to, someone
yeah.
who is so.
So
you know,
there's two
she
points to the
was-
story. Number one is there's no way she's alive because that's bullshit. The story's bullshit. Second thing is, when you look at if you ever Google most influential women of all time, she's usually on the top 10. She's usually on the top 10. But what did she achieve? Absolutely nothing. She done nothing, and she
take
for
on
that.
Well, I would think because like back then there wasn't a lot of women that did anything.
Bullshit.
She was like,
Bullshit.
I mean, there's
call
some.
bullshit. No, I call it media. Listen, let me clarify. Do you know a lot about history?
a little bit.
Okay, what do you know about that time frame? About
What time?
What do you know, white girl?
Pretty much what he's getting at is during that time there were a lot of there were other female doctors, scientists.
True,
So in the
I
30s, in the 1930s, right? There's women around the world making great strides in medicine, mathematics, other fields of science. Like there were strides women were really impacting. The reason why she's famous, and let's get this very, very clear, she was rich and she was white. It's the only reason she was famous.
She was
the one that
inspirational.
was,
I would
She was
halfway
America's
agree.
sweetheart.
in the spotlight.
Yeah, halfway agree. And that there's a mystery around, like, did she really die? So that, like, hypes up
The mystery of
story.
her dying is
Squeeze by
because
you. Let me go to the restroom.
you gonna break the seal, fool?
See,
I gotta go walk my dog. This is a longer than usual show. It's a VIP show.
So what I mean by that, Amber, is this, Caitlin, is there are other women who are more important than her who actually done things. She's done actually nothing. The reason why she's popular in American culture is because she did commercials. Now back in the days, they didn't call it commercials. They did these pre-movie things that they promoted her, the attempt to fly across the Pacific Ocean. And we're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna celebrate her and blah blah blah. And she was inspirational for a woman in movies and in in pictures that's saying it's gonna make this attempt. That I understand, but her impact, she's done nothing.
True. I guess it's like just like being famous, the whole thing. Like, what have you really done? I guess you can say like
That's
the
my
whole Kim
point. That's
Kardashian
where-
thing.
that's where I go
like, what
with
if she, you know?
Oh, but instead of Kim Kardashian, this girl really did try to make a breakthrough.
True.
She didn't make it.
No, she didn't make
But
it.
she
Well, we don't
was
know.
one of the first women focused on nationally that was trying to do something that a man did and got recognized for. And I do agree that other people probably could have been more publicized at the time.
Not just that, but
and
there's-
deserved it more.
But reason why I hate on Amelia Earhart and just I
she
zone
did,
in.
man. Why you gonna hate on
I
that
zone
person?
on her a lot is because she's not the first pilot. She's not the first female pilot. She's not the first woman to fly across the ocean. She was attempted to fly the Pacific Ocean, but the Atlantic Ocean was flown by a woman. You know, there's other attempts by women that no one knows about, right? Right.
Just because she
Oh,
was
I
so
can agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But does that mean I shouldn't look up to her at all?
I'm not the
No,
top
I
10.
wouldn't
Not the
necessarily- not top 10
No,
though.
this.
Not top 10.
Listen.
But she died
up there.
trying to achieve something. So you
Okay.
gotta give her a
When
little bit of credit.
when do we recognize martyrs for not achieving anything? What after she died? What happened? What happened for women's rights after that? Absolutely nothing until what the 60s and 50s.
I know we went to a Christian
Women's rights. When do women get the right to vote?
Our history's a little more.
Yeah. Jesus?
Not the 40s. They get the vote in the 40s.
Say that as a white.
They got to vote like 10 years before black people. So when did black people get the right to vote?
Technically, black people got the right to vote in the late 1860s.
Technically, but
So-
you got bypassed by that. Let's be
I
real.
was like, okay, you gotta read like.
I think that you were thinking of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote, and that was passed before Prohibition, which was the late 20s.
So we'll say 1919.
Thank you, Ziggy, for being
And
on
Amelia
that shit.
and
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart was in the early 30s.
She
Towards the
died
height
in
of her
1935.
fame. Yes. So she was famous after women already had the right to vote.
So what are your thoughts on it, Ziggy? Since you seem like you know your shit.
Knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Because he Googled it?
Yeah, he's like, hold on this one.
No, that I googled it last show when we first talked about it. I think that there is something to say about her being recognized not necessarily as the first woman to try, because there were other women to try, and I think that where Victor's thing, I think where the
hate.
rub for Victor is that when she made her her transatlantic flight, she landed in England rather than in Spain, because she was planning to land in Spain, where Charles Lindbergh, who was the first American man to make that transatlantic flight, landed. Because she did it at a different time of the year and the weather was terrible, she ended up in the UK, but they still counted it. So there is that rub. But like, she flew in shittier weather. Go for it, babe.
No, I apologize. I said Pacific earlier. I meant Atlantic, so I apologize for that. But no, my thing is that I understand her popularity. I understand appreciation for what she's done, right? I'm not saying to ignore her. That's not what I'm saying. But to say that she's the most influential woman of all time, I call dog shit.
Yeah, when it
Called
comes
dog
down
shit.
to it, I wouldn't say she's in the top 10 of women that I look up to in history. Okay, on that point, I agree with you. But
I feel like she's somebody that everybody needs to know, though. Not necessarily, it's like
'Cause she tried to do
influential
something
but
else
yeah,
on the norm.
like everybody needs to know her
No,
name.
if you want to know more about the women's rights and women's rights struggle, like yes, Amelia Earhart is someone you will touch, right? Because she's influential.
Maybe that's not the right verbiage to use in that
What's wrong with that
scenario.
verbiage?
Yeah, baby, just don't say you're going around touching women. That's my thing, Victor.
The president
I
did.
get that about
The president did. So
Hey,
why
I
can't
liked
I?
it. There
So
you go.
tell me, what did you hear about this tipping
I don't like that you
scandal?
use that excuse.
Okay, so that like
Sometimes.
one of you guys,
What?
apparently Victor,
What-
Yeah.
One of
he
you.
took $1 to somebody who like
Okay.
No, not even
Yeah,
$1 from what I
25
remember.
cents.
25 cents.
50 cents.
Oh yes. Okay, there's a whole
Suggesting he
story
paid
that goes into that though.
You got a discount on like liquor.
Yes.
So here's the thing. So like, and then one of you guys mentioned something about like you'd went to a restaurant, maybe Kirsty, and like the meal was free, and so that you tipped what you would have paid for the meal. And I've had that similar experience. My friend like was waitressing in a restaurant, and they were opening up and whatever. And so like, if you get a deal, I still feel like you should do the service like a solid and be like, I know a lot of people aren't going to tip you, so I'm gonna like go ahead
Yeah,
and tip you.
see? That's why she's
As
my
I re-
best friend right here.
That's right.
She taught me
knows
about
life.
tipping.
Listen, I call bullshit.
So for those of the viewers who didn't hear that episode, can you kind of give a brief synopsis of what happened during that time?
So at the time I was 21, 22 years old.
Old
I
enough
mean,
to know.
you still agree with what you did, though, so
No, he doesn't. He
I
doesn't.
can't
He
blame
doesn't.
it on
No,
you.
No, I
He
tip
does,
well.
doesn't he?
I tip well all the time.
Okay.
All the time. Here's the deal. When you, at the time, I was looking at deals, and that's why I used to go to Denton because my friend lives in Denton. I was like, oh shit, I could drive to Denton. And this nickel natty night. So this is the night we're talking about is nickel natty night. I drank maybe $2 worth of beer, right? I'm fucked up. I only have $5 in my pocket.
Okay. Well, I didn't hear that part.
No, I didn't say that part.
He didn't say that part.
I didn't say that part.
We've all
I didn't
been
say that
broke.
part.
And suddenly this has turned into an Alanis Morissette song.
No, but the point of it is like I could have gave him the whole $5, right? I could have given him the whole $5, but no, I was like, listen, I got a few dollars in my pocket. Listen, it was only $2 and some change. Here's a dollar. There's a dollar on top of that. You good to go, because you can't assume the person that's tipping has the money too, right?
I mean, you came to my place of service.
No, but I
so
paid for
expect
the
you to tip
service.
me for
No,
my
listen,
service.
this is
Sure.
I paid for the meal.
You
And I
didn't
paid
pay
for the
for
service.
him, though.
No, I paid for the service, right? Now
I
that
think-
your bar doesn't pay you a living wage, right? That's on. There's an understanding between the consumer
On the federal
and the server.
government
No.
that-
There's an understanding.
ABC.
No, there's an understanding between the consumer and the server, right? Now, if I don't have it, you have the right to judge me, and I have the right to say fuck you, right? At the end of the day, I did bartending for 6 years. I understand the struggle, right? But if I don't got it, I don't fucking got it. So I don't feel bad about it because I didn't have it. But I do tip well. When I was at the bar last time, I had a $10 tab. I paid a $10 tip.
I was creeping on him. He took care of
Make
it.
sure
Yeah.
She's like, I saw that clip,
I
Victor.
took care of the tab. He took care of the tip. He took care of him. Yeah.
I try to take care because I can now, but I understand the struggle too. So
You didn't voice that last time.
no,
so-
I didn't voice it because I want to make it funny. You know, I want to make it funny.
But-
I
You
can
have
see
to
both
defend
sides
yourself.
because like I've been like definitely there too where it's like dang it's a struggle to tip decently, but then I also have like waiter and waitresses as friends who say like if you go in knowing that you can't afford the tip, then order food that's factor
Yeah.
the tip in before you even
You
sit
can't say
down.
that.
But I
Here's the
think he
deal.
was saying there was like a percentage action to what there was.
10%. My rule in life, if I give you a solid, 20%. If I give you a solid 20%,
Damn.
I give you 20%. If I give you a solid 20%, that's all it is. And that's the joke.
Because 20% off of $2, it's not much.
Yeah, it's 30 cents, whatever. 40 cents. But that's the joke that I made a few weeks ago. But people really took that the wrong way. Like I see some comments, and I had people text me like, "Yo, you really fucked up on that." Well, fuck you for not knowing me. But it is what it is. Like, I don't hide from what I did, and I accept what I did. But listen, you gotta understand, like, it's a struggle for both sides. It's a struggle for you making a living. It's a struggle for me trying to go out to eat. Now, for you to tell me the same, because I've had that conversation with waiters before. Like, if you can't afford to eat here and tip well, don't eat here. Well, fuck you, because I can eat here. I can afford to eat here. I can't afford to tip you well.
Yeah,
So what
and
you
just
gonna do about
because
it?
you don't have a certain level of
What you
money
gonna do
doesn't
about
mean
it?
you
all
should never.
included though, I've always thought the same.
Should
I'm gonna
factor that
eat there,
into the
and I'm
cost.
gonna
But
factor in my
So
tip.
I think we had this conversation. Me and you multiple times had this conversation. I feel like instead of going to college, right out of high school, I think everybody needs to be in the service industry.
Absolutely.
About 2 years.
Absolutely.
You-
Why
just-
right outside of high school? Do it
Well,
in high
in
school.
general, needed to work in the service.
Well, because you got to focus on school. You got to
to
focus on school in high school, right? So
Is high school really work?
yeah. Listen, for some people, they're not all smart like you. But anyway, I feel like before college, you need to be like service, to work in the service and understand that people ain't shit. So all that bullshit philosophy from sociology and bullshit that you gave, like, oh, well, people are still garbage. And the second thing, you know how to interact when someone confronts you in a hostile manner.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
Yeah.
conflict management.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Sure.
you need to learn how to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, at the end of this 2 years experience, you would appreciate what they go through as servers, as young people. If that's the trend, you understand what the young people go through, and then as well, you understand how to deal with difficult people and multitask.
I think it teaches you humility and how to like treat people like with respect. Because
Exactly.
The fact
There's a lot of
that
things
people
to it.
come into your establishment and some people treat you with respect. Others think that you're subservient and lesser, and so
You gotta know how to navigate.
You learn how to treat everybody with
I
with
find
respect.
it interesting
I agree
that
with
you're
that.
saying everyone should work in the service industry, and yet you would still tip someone 25 cents.
The struggle's real. Struggle's real. The
$2.
struggle's real. So yeah,
I mean, unless you're saying they should be able to relate to that person, I suppose.
no. At the end of the day, if everyone goes through it, right, you're gonna have those shitty tips and you have them good tips, right?
Sure.
There's not a day where everybody tips you just okay, right? We all had worked in service. I know Ziggy has. I know everybody on the
You get
staff has.
stiffed or you get some good ones. It depends.
Chanel does. Did. Amber.
Yeah.
So everybody has. So you have your good tippers and you have your bad tippers. You take care of your good tippers. Your bad tippers, you fuck off. You know. So you navigate through that, right? Unfortunately, for this instance, I was a bad tipper. I don't hide from it, but I don't feel ashamed about it either. Because I couldn't give more than what I gave. So there's no shame in my game. I gave that motherfucker less than $1. It is what it is. It is what it is.
I can't agree with the idea that like just because you have less money doesn't mean you can't ever have something nice. So I can see both
Sure.
sides. Like I can see the waiter being like,
I didn't
well,
go
you
to a
can't-
fancy restaurant. Wait, let's clarify. I went to a nickel natty night at a bar.
Yeah.
But you know, like
Fancy steakhouse.
just sometimes like you don't have a whole lot of money, but you really just want to have a good time and go out with friends, and so you do what you can. And so I can see both sides of the
Well,
situation.
like what I try to explain the last time on the show is that the advertisement only goes to 10 o'clock, and they want people to stay past that, and then the tab will pick up normal tabs, right? Because they had music going, they have games there. They want you to stay past 10. But I know the hustle, so I got there early. I got my drink in. 10 o'clock was right around the corner. I tabbed out, you know. So unfortunately, I was that guy that was a dick that night for that person. I get it. I don't hide from it. But it is what it is.
When you gave him the tip, did you say, "Yo, I'm not dick tonight"?
Nah. No, if I would have said that, he might have taken it the wrong way. Yo, I'm that dick tonight, son.
I don't want that dick tonight, sir. Please.
You're gonna learn a valuable lesson.
You gonna learn today.
This will make you a better person.
That's the introduction to Amber. We're gonna switch it up, and I want to hear everybody's opinions. And we have so many different ideas and people here. We're gonna do quick news stories here with Ziggy.
Now, if you guys have been watching, I tried to set it up so that you guys can choose from a couple. So we'll do our first choice here. We have a Michigan parrot or a Dallas rat.
I go Dallas rat, just
I'd
because we're
go
Dallas.
rat for sure.
All right, guys.
I
all right,
already
let
know
me
this
pull
one.
up. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I saw the headline for the parrot.
That's your bottle.
Chipotle's stock is tanking on reports of rats and norovirus at its restaurants.
I love Chipotle.
I know about that virus.
No one likes Chipotle.
They cannot catch a break.
It's like popular on cruise ships and like daycares. It's like
Chipotle
But at
Mexican
Chipotle.
Grill's stock tumbled more than 3% Thursday as investors reacted to a string of bad news. Tests confirmed that a customer who ate at a Sterling, Virginia location was sickened by norovirus. The restaurant was closed briefly after the reports of illness surfaced, but it has since reopened after a deep cleaning. Although only one customer has been confirmed, the Wall Street Journal said Thursday that 133 diners reported being sickened at the Sterling location. Reports also surfaced, however, that rodents were spotted Tuesday at a Dallas area Chipotle.
Oh dang! The burritos. They want burritos.
One customer told NBC DFW her lunch was ruined by rodents falling from the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Diners captured cell phone video inside the restaurant that show rodents crawling around the floor and one climbing up the wall at the Dallas Chipotle.
I'm just amazed that Chipotle is still around after all the chaos and the
had
bad.
Here's the deal.
Some
I eat
years.
at Chipotle like
They're
once a
going
week,
under.
yo.
No. Here's
Once
the deal.
a week.
I don't-
It's right
You're
around
still
the
alive.
corner
your
from
immune
me.
system is on fleek. You just take your blood and
From me.
Yeah, I want to say this. Chipotle, so that location, obviously not in the best location, has rats and whatnot. But the ones that I go to, not,
the ones you go-
not
the
in
ones
bad
I go to are
location.
clean as fuck.
They're
Full worth.
clean.
Listen, I don't go to those type of diners because I know it's trash. Listen, I'm not paying $10 for trash. I go down to a buffet and pay like $8. I'm good.
I like Burrito Jimmy.
$2 less for my norovirus.
Yeah, thank you.
I used to eat at Chipotle a lot in Fort Worth, and then I came to Dallas, and I don't like it.
So Dallas sucks. Thanks a lot.
Dallas just has much better restaurants that people.
Thank
spend
you.
their
We guys should go to
time
bars
there.
and hang out.
And
We
so
got Lower
places like
Greenville. We got
Chipotle-
Addison. We got Free to Play in Richardson. I'm gonna go check it out.
Cidercade.
Cidercade, whatever that place is called.
I know. I tried. It's
Cidercade
Caucasian.
from Bishop Cider Co.
Shout out to them. They watch the show too. Shout out to them.
Bishop Cider Co.
Quick side note. How do you feel about crackberry?
I love crackberry.
You like crackberry?
Crackberry is the shice.
Shout out to Kelly who loves crackberry. That
High
shit
and
is
dry
disgusting.
is my favorite.
So here's my take on it. I felt like it was cranberry juice mixed with some vinegar. And I know you said you like the vinegar
I like
aspect
the vinegar.
of that,
Yeah.
but it didn't sit well with me. I don't know. Not for me.
Well, I mean, that's one of their core items that they
All right, guys.
do really well on.
This is an epic show.
In other words, wrap this shit up.
This is definitely an epic show. We're definitely well over our time frame. I love you guys for being on here. Chanel, thank you. You're always
you.
welcome back. Thank you for all the support. Anything you will do in the future, anything you want us to promote, we will always do it here for the show. We got you.
Thank you.
Thanks to Bry Guy for the sweet
Yeah.
hookup on
Yes.
all of the
Sour
liquid
beers.
imbibement we have
Sullivan
today.
Tribe, we love you.
Amber, we got a quick talking
time
to.
on the show. This was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had fun. We had a quick talking to. You're always welcome back as well. I definitely want to talk to you more, especially since you watched some more episodes. I want to bring some of those older episodes back out.
Right?
Them.
Rehash those.
DJ Mouse, you know, you're always welcome back here. You're the
Thank
best. You know, love you. Ziggy, you know, so we're gonna wrap this thing up real quick and we're gonna exit out. We're gonna do social media. So we're gonna start with Ziggy because this weekend you're actually going on or you hosting?
The gold standard.
Yeah,
Ziggy.
so I don't do social media because it is dumb. But you can catch me every Thursday at the Backdoor Comedy Club at 8:30. You can catch me every Saturday at the Backdoor from 8 to 10:15. And this Saturday, I probably will not be hosting the late show because Dallas Beer Talk is going to be in the building.
That's right.
To watch my set. Yes, I'm pretty excited about that. And guys, I have a real deal plug this week. I actually have two.
Is it legit?
Yes, this is a real plug. You guys know how much I like anime.
Oh, we love it on the show.
I'm pretty excited about this. I got hired on to do the ADR work for an anime. Yeah, it is a post-apocalyptic story set in Neo Tokyo that is technically a biography of a South American R&B singer. They're calling it Shakira.
Fuck you.
Excited about that. And I also just signed on. I'm now an investor in a craft beer company. I'm pretty excited about this. Woody Harrelson is the lead investor.
No.
Yes, and it's called White Men Do Have Hops. So I'm pretty jonesed about that. So look for that in stores
That's
next
the best one so
February.
far.
Look out for White Man Does Have Hops. Man, guys, this is Dallas Beer Talk. I'm your host, Victor Santana. You can find me on Instagram at VSantana148, Facebook, Victor Santana, of course, Dallas Beer Talk. Listen, you have any suggestions of beer, maybe liquor you want us to try, by all means, hit a comment below wherever you see this. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, let us know.
Snapchat.
I don't know about Snapchat, but look us up, man. We do the best we can. We'll accommodate. We'll definitely listen to you guys' opinions. We definitely try more things. We're not afraid to. We will be making an adjustment here in the next few weeks to a different studio. So keep be aware of that. So, what's up, Drew?
So that was a great show. We went longer than we normally do, so thank you for those that stuck around. Thank you to Chanel and Amber and DJ Mouse over here for coming through. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Kinetics with a Z, and Dallas Beer Talk, and Andrew Franklin on Facebook. What about you, K-Rock?
All right, so as always, you can find me on Instagram at Sarah's Katarn, and then I am back on Facebook. So if you want to look me up at Kirsty Caps,
Back at it again.
there you go. Go ahead, hit me up. And like Victor said, always let us know any suggestions you guys have. Do any of our guests have any social media they want to introduce, or any big Whole Foods plans?
I mean,
Whole Foods.
What's the name of your pairing you have?
Whole Foods. You can always find everything at wholefoods.com/uptown. That is, they generally have an Uptown calendar, I believe. If not, I will try and get on that. Nice. Otherwise, you can find me at Chanel Bogart for the Instagram. Yes. The Instagram.
The Instagram.
The Instagram.
All the kids are on that nowadays.
All of them, yes. The Instagram, Chanel Bogart. And I am also on the Facebook at Chanel Bogart 2, I believe. All of the other social media avenues, I believe I am Chanel Bogart as well. So, yes, you can find me there.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yes. All the way around.
Yes,
There
yes.
Very nice. Amber, anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook at just Amber Douglas, and Instagram at AmberAwesome22.
Amber Awesome.
Amber
It's
There
either
it is.
like 19 through 22. I can't remember what year.
So keep trying, people.
So
You don't get the first time.
21, 20, 19.
Just to make your way down.
One of those.
I'm
What
also
you?
pretty simple. It's just Kaylin. We throw an underscore on in there. So Kaylin underscore Stevens. I think across the board. So I don't know.
Very
Hardcore.
nice.
Hey, I love it.
There you
Listen,
go.
guys, I love everybody who watches the show. This is a very special show. We'll promote this fucking show heavy. Listen,
Yes.
we go basically 2 hours on the show. This is epic. I fucking love you guys. I love everybody who came on the show. Everybody have a great weekend. Ziggy, we're gonna party hard this weekend. I fucking love you, man.
Right.
Woo. Pictures on Instagram.
Pictures
That's right. That's
on
right.
the Instagram. Now I can go pee.
Yeah.
I've been shaking for the last 30 minutes.
That's right. It's time for a